Yes, guys, welcome to Stretford Paddock for our watch-along of the Wolves FA Cup game in the third round. I'm here with Ronaldo. All right.
I'm good, mate.
And Stephen Howson. All right.
I'm good, man. We've had a couple of questions already. Comments asking about the... one asking about how the trial went today. We'll get onto that in a sec.
Yeah.
And one asking about, did I put any money down for Williams getting a yellow? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at the starting 11 first and foremost. And then we'll talk about whether Williams is going to be getting a yellow card. So, here we go then. Big surge in net. That guy at right back. Lindelof and Maguire centre half with Williams at left back. We think it's going to be 4-2-3-1, but it could be a 4-3-3. I think I'd actually prefer it if it was 4-3-3.
Mata was a bit deeper, maybe.
Yeah.
Matic,
Andreas, Mata, Chong probably on the left, I reckon, not the right. And James, although it could be that way, actually.
Yeah.
No, it'd be.
I reckon
Mason.
Chong right. I reckon so.
With Mason up front. So, yes, I did have a look today. I got a bit giddy and said, I'm going to put $1,000 on Brandon Williams to get a yellow. And then when I went on to Sky Bet,
Very giddy.
it said the most you can put on was 282 quid or something like that. And it was at, what was it? It was 7-2. So it was like 3.5 to 1. And I was like, I don't like those odds. If I'm going to put that sort of dosh on,
You
want
want
a
a
real
lot of
good
money,
return, don't I?
don't you?
But yes, I do think he probably will get booked.
Yeah, he'll get booked.
Wonder what the odds are on fucking Pereira getting booked.
Probably not a bad one. Wonder if you get a double on him, maybe. Maybe that's the way to get some decent
Pretty good odds.
Pereira.
Because I think Pereira's getting booked.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So,
About to put my whole
we're
Sky
going to
Bet
talk about the
account
trial
on
as
there.
well. No. Or-
Yeah, go on then. Let's have a quick chat about the trial. So today we had the trial for Stretford Paddock FC. About 25, 26 turned up, I
Yeah.
think, in the end. Very happy with the standard, actually.
It's good.
A couple of lads that
lot
are
of-
very, very high level. Had a word with them and said, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here, mate. But hopefully we can give you some exposure and we can hopefully kickstart your career a bit further up the ladder. And there was some real good footballers there. And I think we've got at least a basis for something to kick on with. So I'm excited. Do you enjoy it, lads?
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
It's blowing up my arse, though.
Yeah, it was a bit.
You're tired, son.
Yeah, we did when the first game was going on. We did a drill. We were doing
drills,
drills on
wow.
the pitch, and that was.
I didn't watch any of the drills, but I heard they were intense.
Yeah, it was a bit much.
It's
to be honest.
because me and James.
Jake,
Jake.
the lad that works here.
I'm just going to
Even
start
though
saying
he
Jay.
played
I'm
in
just
two-
going to start saying Jay. Anyway, moving on. I think we did like 1v1s for about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
It
was
was never ending.
Yeah, and we were doing 2v2s, and I was with a very, very hungover
It's 2-1 now, Brendan.
Joe Smith.
Yeah, Joe was smashed.
Joe was not in a good way.
Can't compare it for put him in for a double.
You can't do
That's a joke.
doubles on
Nah,
that.
that's a
Pereira's
joke.
on his own.
13-5. So with real money, that's like
2.5.
2.5. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not great.
rubbish.
Well, yeah, so that was intense, but the standard was pretty good across. There was some really good players.
Don't know if I've got an 11. We spoke about this, didn't we? I'm not going to reveal it on here yet, but we think we're probably maybe one player short of an 11 that I'd be very happy with. I think.
Yeah, to get going.
A real number
definitely.
8. I think I didn't, and this might just be because of the nature of the trial being drills and 7-a-side. You don't really get to see anyone
in a
be
midfield.
that sort of real ball playing number 8. Didn't really get to see that today. Maybe that's just a consequence of playing 7-a-side. It's attack versus defense, essentially, isn't it? So we're going to be doing some training sessions very soon. Probably miss next week because of the matches. But then crack on and we'll do some 11v11 and then start the friendlies and apply for the league. So if you're interested, there is still time to get involved. There you go.
Well, yeah, it was good.
It was good. Yeah, so to the FA Cup, which I should be managing in a couple of years. Hope all goes well. I don't think anyone's delighted.
Wait,
with
have you got your coaching badges, Steve?
That's what I'm working on, our kid. We're going to do the whole series. So
gonna be
the
him
series is going to be
doing
called
his
Stephen
coaching.
Howson Football Manager, and it's going to be about me getting, level 2, level 3, etc.
Before you know it. Never know.
Be funny.
It will be funny.
The worst case scenario is going to be funny.
Yeah.
Even if it goes tits up, it's funny,
I say why the fuck not, really?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a couple of lads having a laugh.
Don't say that
Totally.
anymore. We're getting rid of that phrase.
We're not. We're absolutely not getting rid of that.
We'll take it off him then.
Lads, let us know in the comments what you're feeling for today's game, because
Confident.
it's a heavily rotated 11. Are you happy? Are you sad? Indifferent?
I'm happier than I thought it was going to be. At least he tried something different. I think at least the bonus is he has rested players. I think you had Rashford in your 11 for yours, which I kind of thought he was going to be in as well.
Deserved the night off.
He needed the night off. I'm glad he's got the night off.
Give Rashford and Fred a little bit of a
I think
rest.
Fred was always going to get a rest.
So the bench is Grant, Delo, Jones, Wan-Bissaka, Fred, Gomez, and Marcus.
I want to see Delo back in there. I want to see what he can do, what he can offer, whether it is back up at right back, or so we can rotate Wan-Bissaka a bit, or playing as a right winger. There's actually something else on that right hand side, because I think he does. I think he can do a job. I think and that would allow us to maybe rest Dan James, bring him on as a sub in some games. Different options, but
very attack-minded, don't he?
Delo.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I think that's what's kind of caught him out. Is more or less like 95% attack.
Yeah, I think
he's more like winger. What do you say? Most fullbacks are just failed wingers, but
he's more of a wing back.
He looks like more of a wing back.
Give us your score prediction, guys, in the comments, and we're going to get Ronaldo to talk about Trent. I think what you were saying before was interesting. It's an interesting conversation topic to have. But get your score predictions in the comments for everyone. And so what was you saying earlier about Trent? That in the academy there was the likes of Jan Dander and stuff that was standing out, but Trent wasn't necessarily all that. I'll give the background actually, because you was at Liverpool's academy with Trent, right?
Yeah, basically throughout high school years. So towards the end of year 6, which I would have been like, I was around 10, 11 all the way until I was 16. And obviously I was the same age group as Trent from in that time. And I'm not necessarily surprised about him breaking into the first team or whatever. He's not too surprised, but I wouldn't say I exactly saw it coming. Like I went throughout the 5-6 years I was there, I wouldn't say, oh, I'm nailed on.
Wasn't like the standout
guy. He wasn't the standout guy in the team throughout it.
Who was it? Was that Jan?
I'd say probably Jan Dander and a guy called Anas Abdo. It's weird though because
I think McCollum knows Jan. I think he's from the same place, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be. There will be. He's funny. But it's like one of them where I find it quite odd that probably the player on the team that had the most natural ability probably didn't get very far at all. And it wasn't even to do with he didn't have a bad attitude, he didn't have nothing. I just remember throughout my whole time at the academy, in a team perspective, I was like, oh, Anas he's nuts. I wish I could do that. Trent was just solid. Just a solid player in the squad. He's probably still in the upper tier of the squad, but he was just solid. He wasn't. Do
you think
he wasn't like? Yeah,
you were saying he like moved around a lot and played in different positions. So you said he like played centre half, he played midfield, he played winger, he played full back or whatever.
Yeah, it's like.
Do you think that was probably why he didn't stand out because he wasn't? I think
technical in a position.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been when I was there the way that Trent. The position he was playing, obviously in academy football, is different. He
played centre half for a bit.
Played centre half for a bit. He might have been limited.
Madness.
He was like number 4. He was centre half, and then eventually towards the end of as he was getting older, he went right back, and then he played number 6, number 8. That's why there's so much talk about him playing centre mid, which I believe he can, but you can obviously see it in him that he's not a complete natural right back anyway, because he's not defensively great. But what he has always had is that he's got a right peg. So he's also one of them guys that will, for example, in basketball terms, you get those people that they say haven't got a conscience when it comes to shooting. So they'll shoot and they'll miss 12 times. You pass it the ball, they'll shoot again.
Right. Okay.
Whereas someone will. That is kind of what Trent's like in a way. He will try.
Constantly feeds balls in.
He will try stuff. He'll take risks on with the ball that others might not. The difference with him and other people is that he's got that ability where the odds are less for him to pull it off.
Did he score a lot of goals in academy football?
Not really.
He wasn't someone that.
No, I didn't really. But when he did score, it was a screamer.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
He's a training screamer scorer, though.
Is he? Was he one of them that just was he?
He's just basically that
one of
guy.
The best in training.
He's basically one of the guys that he's fully spectacular. That's what makes him different. Like we was talking before about professional footballers, they've all got to have something a little bit.
They've either got to be the best
different
work rate of all time,
and that's what
X factor.
Yeah, he has an X factor. He's got, for example, he's the type of guy that when training, the ball comes to him 30 yards out of the sky in a volley, and he'll volley it left-footed in the top corner. he's that type of guy. But then whereas obviously what people aren't capable of doing that, he just got the moments of brilliance. And as you can see, he's got a whip, but he has obviously improved a lot since the age of 16 from the last time I've seen him play. And obviously you said he was rapid. He was never that quick.
I think he is quick.
But he's obviously he's gone quicker.
Marcus, hasn't he? But,
It's
still quick.
Speaking of Marcus, like it's weird out because one of my mate's little brothers played alongside Marcus all the way through, probably the same kind of age group from 10 to 16. And then, 17, I think he got let go at 17, 18. He went to Reading. And he said, like, from the age of 12, everyone was coming and saying, there's a lad in his team, a striker that plays alongside Sam, is going to be the next one. And that was Marcus. And they'd said that from the age of 12. They knew he was going to, at some point, make that step up. By the way, kicked off.
Yeah, it's kicked off on a Rashford one.
United have got a young lad. I think he's about 13 at the minute, that was how old Mason was when I first seen him. And I made a decision when I saw him at 13 to not mention his name, because I think once you're in the under 18 squad, you're on MUTV, and I think that's fair enough then, because the club are putting you on its channels. You're getting talked about, you're getting in the press. But I think when it's under 16s, I don't think it's fair to even name you. So I never named him for those
right touch
3
there,
years.
by the way. We could have had a chance there.
Yeah.
Chong's picked it up and played it to Dan
was
James.
shocking,
If Dan James has pulled that back, Greenwood was
right, Callum.
loads of space.
So Chong is on the right, actually, and it is Dan James on the left.
He knows what's coming, innit?
Matt is playing very high up by the looks of it as well.
Yeah. So
Can I get a cup of water, please? He didn't even hear
look
me.
at that look.
He didn't even hear me.
You can't hear him, can you?
Have you gone deaf going out there?
Yeah, what was I saying then? Oh yeah, there's a young lad at the minute. He's 13 at United, and I won't give his name out. He's a family friend who's been absolutely smashing it. They signed his younger brother on the off chance that his younger brother was going to be anywhere near as good as him, and they're like,
imagine making it to the academy because you've got a brother. That happens a lot,
weird.
actually.
It's a lot happens like that. I think any kids of the ex-players that
do you know
do it.
Jerry that we had in last week, Jermaine McGilvray that we had in last week?
Yeah.
Obviously he's a Liverpool fan. He's got a young lad at City. He was showing the videos of him. Fucking hell. All I'm going to say is fucking hell. Jermaine's obviously a tank. Obviously, England Rugby League player. His son is a fucking tank. Centre mid, both feet, fucking quick, physical, just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And he said they've signed up his other son as well on the off chance that his other son could be anywhere near as good. He's like, he won't be, but like they've signed him up.
No, the younger you get someone in the academy, the better. It's crazy what they can do for your ability.
Yeah, that kid at United, they signed him on the back of him just being so fast. And they said, like, we've never seen, like, acceleration like this in a kid. And they was like, well, what about his skills and stuff? And he goes, we can teach you the skills. But the physical stuff. Like,
that's exactly what happened to me.
What, just rapid?
I was mostly just quick, really, before and then they
and what happened? Because you're not fucking quick anymore, mate.
The thing is,
do you know what? Actually, you have got a fucking bit of wheels on you.
You got to turn the pace.
But I think you don't want to run fast anymore.
That might have some. It's one of them where I was definitely. I'm 21 now, and I was definitely quicker at like 17. I actually think that, which is weird.
This isn't good, by the way.
Yeah, that ain't good.
I honestly think that.
Well, you saw that.
Should we go back? There's a super chat just in there before. Just go back to that one.
Which manager has the highest potential to succeed, Ollie, Lampard, or Arteta? I think it's too early in all of their careers to say, especially Arteta.
I think it depends on what squads they. It depends what squads they all get, what they can do with it. Like,
unfortunately, we're seeing with Arteta in the early days. We're actually seeing that. If you look at it for face value, Arsenal don't have terrible players. They have,
they don't.
They have suspect defenders.
They have a good front. They have a good front four. Definitely, front four is very good.
They've just basically with Arsenal, they've just had they've had basically a decade of just being imbalanced.
Yeah,
they've always been too attack orientated. Like they've not usually had an issue with scoring goals. They just concede a lot, and they're a bit. they're pussies.
It's weird.
Really.
They've just never fixed the problem in midfield and at centre half. Like, it's been so obvious to everyone for so long about what they've needed to do, and they've just not done it.
Corner for United.
Oh,
is it? No,
free kick.
Free kick.
So,
Guessing it's us.
anyone
BT's
gonna say it
bothered?
Pereira giving it a Willy Whippers.
Matter over it as well. Come on, bit of quality in here.
Wow.
I just said a bit of quality in it, and he just hit a one-man wall. The thing with Pereira is that was always something you probably rely on him for.
Yeah.
He could take it. He had a dead ball on him.
Oh my days.
Anyway,
if the Prem
I
only
think the
allowed you to
fastest
play
out of the
academy
three
players,
is
would we
Gant.
win? Probably would. Well, I mean, Chelsea and City have been very successful. at
Wolves
youth
breaking
level.
down the left,
Except
the youngster.
Yeah.
Maguire did well that. Romero,
Oh, he's not that young. All right, I thought he was about fucking 17.
he's playing
When he
in the
was going on about it.
23s.
Well, he's playing under 23s, so
He's broke through here. Got away nicely there anyway.
I'm still going to use the term youthful exuberance.
Maguire did well, and then Romero just decided, we'll let it out for a corner, it's fine. Because we're fine at defending them, aren't we?
Bless you.
Got shit hairdo. Needs a new barber.
Who?
That kid that's showing.
Fastest out of three is the guy in the middle. That's absolutely not. Never.
Well, it ain't me no more. It might have been me at
I
one
was
point.
never fast.
I don't
Never
know.
even threatened
I
to
don't
be
know
fast.
if peak Howson's peak speed.
I don't think of pace.
I'm not
no.
sure about that.
But I reckon he'd rugby tackle you.
I wasn't young. As young me wasn't just. I did athletics as well.
I know your kid's rapid as well, isn't she? So
My sister's ridiculously quick, and so's my brother. My twin brother's also that level. And
Not give the foul for that.
believe it or not, in Jamaica, my mum was a sprinter, so I think that's where it comes from.
Dan James 1-on-1.
it's usually a good way to do it. Dan James passes man. Can he get a cross in? It's blocked. Corner ball.
Is it not mad how stuff like speed could be genetic? Because that basically.
Well, one of the reasons
All it
that
is.
Nishan Burke turn your mic towards you from that angle, so it's facing.
I always have this issue.
Yeah, because whoever lays it out weirdly. You want to talk into it?
There you go.
Like Nishan Burkhart's mum was a sprinter for Britain, I think at the 92 Olympics or 96 Olympics in Atlanta. And then she got married and moved to Switzerland and got nationalised and then competed in the Olympics for Switzerland. Didn't know you could do that.
Greenwood.
Oh, it was bouncing too high.
It's mad though because it's like, I mean, even Sydney McLaughlin, who's like 19, 18, and she's the second fastest 400 metre hurdler of all time now.
How old?
4.
She's 19 now.
Jesus.
Scary.
She ran that time but obviously the woman that beat her, Delia Mahan, got the world record. And then Sydney McLaughlin was a close second, and it was the second fastest time of all time. She's 19, but she's always been like a prodigy, and her dad is an athlete, and her mum was an athlete.
Oh, here we go. Dan James inside the box. He's dispossessed. Yeah, Nishan's mum was a sprinter, 400 metre sprinter, and I think his dad was a 1500 metre runner both in the Olympics as well. Yeah. So, no surprise in that when he becomes a footballer. He's not gone into athletics, but he was the fastest at the club. You're like, yeah, no shit. Both his parents are Olympians.
That's what I'm saying. Sports people, man. Sports people just have children.
There's a comment there from Crimson Kate. I reckon Steve's fastest downhill.
Ronaldo's mic's glitched apparently. Just speak, Matt.
I got it. Don't worry. See, that's what you take me to America.
There's a really good. There's a really good book. I think it's by. I think it's David Epstein.
You were helping me while the other priest was laughing at me.
You see, that's what
I'm saying.
That's what it is, mate.
Let me just have a look in my books.
It's still is it off still or?
They'll be behind us anyway. So.
Is my mic gone?
No, it's on. It's on. It's fine.
Do I think Brandon can handle Adama? I think he probably handle him better than Luke will because I think he's more agile. And I think he'll probably put one on him.
And I reckon there's more chance. Yeah, there's more chance of Brandon snapping him in half if he goes past him than Luke Shaw doing it.
On that topic, I remember people debating. Imagine the children of Usain Bolt and Serena Williams.
Depends what sport you're going to put them in. Would it be better if they got
that kid probably
Usain Bolt and some female sprinter? Depends what sport you want to go.
No, but I'm doing it for like the divert, like that. It'd be an athlete.
Yeah.
What about
You'd
Alistair Overeem and Serena Williams? And just let him do what the fuck he wants. This is a good book. David Epstein, The Sports Gene, Talent, Practice, and the Truth About Success. Talks about how, Joe, like you've got Kenyan and Ethiopian runners.
Yeah.
They're literally like the same tribe that just sort of sits over both borders.
Yeah.
And I think it's all 100-meter finalists or 100-meter medalists can trace their heritage back to like one town in Nigeria. So even though like you've got like Linford Christie who's British, you've got Tyson Gay and that who's American, you obviously got all the Jamaican sprinters. They've all got heritage that goes back to like a fucking one town in Nigeria, and you're like, what the fuck? It's honestly an amazing book.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of when they look back at different things at how so many people are
baseball players, right? Do you think they've got 20/20 vision? They've got 40/20 vision.
It's reaction times and all that.
They see patterns, and this is just after years and years and years of training. But they see patterns.
Yo, Cam, can I get a tissue?
The stitching of the ball makes different patterns, spirals and stuff like that as it's coming towards them.
There's one over there.
And they make that decision while the ball's 30, 40 feet away from them, and then they swing a guess because they actually don't mentally see what the ball's doing during that last 20 feet up to them hitting it. They've made a guess from when it's out there before they hit it.
Because obviously it's going at the speed.
Oh, wow, what a donut.
They tested some stuff with them where they used softballs. They used softballs which have got white stitching instead of red stitching.
And they didn't see it.
And they like underarm bowled them and they couldn't hit them. Because they were just so used to the patterns and the speed of baseball.
Oh, yeah.
That they underarm bowled softballs, which are massive.
With Williams.
1v1 Williams. And he got a block in.
He's done really well there.
Mint. Look at the size of him. Fuck me.
Have you seen the picture of him like when he made his debut for Barca? And he's like a stick. He's probably...
He's not a stick, but
he's probably
small.
like Ronaldo's build kind of thing. And you're like...
I'm definitely not a stick.
You're not a stick.
Look at me, bro.
But compared to what he is now.
Cool.
You know?
Please comment on the game. Maybe
in a bit.
Maybe. But yeah, there was... I'm trying to think of some of the other ones as well. Groningen in Holland.
Yeah.
They've got a thing where they'll test you at 12 years of age, and if you can run a 40-meter dash in X number of time, you're 3 times more likely to become a professional footballer. And they just basically just run that as a screen for everybody now. If you're slower than that, they just get rid of you.
It's a speed game, though.
Yeah. I can't remember some of the other examples in there as well, but there's...
Any golf ones in there now?
There may have been some golf ones in there, yeah. I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's some mad examples of...
Romero.
Shit, what happened then, man? I don't even know how to explain what happened there. It looked like it hit his left arm on the inside, and then it went out around the
Corner
back.
comes in, no one's marking that at the back post.
Oh, no, it's his right hand.
That's
He
a
palms
great
it to the
save,
side.
that.
Fucking hell.
Romero's going to start trying to build goalkeeping controversy.
Why don't we leave one of them lot out?
I don't get it. Why do you have 10 men behind the ball at a corner? Because we can't head the ball.
And we don't break well.
Because of what just happened, we don't win the first header.
You'd think if everyone's in the box, which everyone is there, you should be able to pick up a man. What a save!
And how does no one mark the guy where the ball's going towards? There's 2 people jumping in there, and he still fucking won it.
That is a stupid save.
It's a stupid good save. What do you reckon about next season, keeper-wise? Do you think it's nailed on that's De Gea, or do you think we're going to have?
Think so.
Do you think the Dean Henderson conversation is going to come up next year? Because
if Dean Henderson finishes the season strongly, there might be an argument. And if De Gea continues to be a bit of a liability at these corners, because I think there's a bit of a weakness there.
Yeah.
And then there's the difference between there being a bit of a weakness and then
being
everyone targeted him.
Yeah.
Which is what feels like what's happening now. So if he continues to be targeted, then what can you do? He either has to adapt or he's not going to survive. Dean Henderson, is he perfect? No. I think his distribution probably needs work still, but so does De Gea's. I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think there's...
What do you reckon in the comments?
I think the decision has to be made next summer, isn't it, really? Because I don't think he goes on loan another year. Do you?
Well,
there goes Traore.
The word
track
is
running.
is refused.
Oh no!
From what I'm hearing,
Let's see if the foul.
that was a weird ref decision.
That
That he wants to go because he doesn't think he's going to oust De Gea. So unless he's told he's going to be ousting De Gea, I think there's going to be an issue there. Yeah. But he doesn't want to go on loan.
That's not a foul.
It's not a foul either. What happens now, right? Say these fucking top bins this, because it's within shooting range. If they top bins this, does it get ruled out because it wasn't a fucking foul?
No.
Why don't they get to
And
review
this
that
is
foul?
this is where VAR's not quite right.
Yeah, because he's not chose to go to it, or they've not pulled it up when it's clearly not a fucking foul.
But you could pull this back if it was a foul. Well, United's goal against Liverpool that they tried to rule out. Same thing. Even if this is a cross and a header.
Yeah. What if this goes now into... They get a corner from this, and then they score off the corner. Yeah. It's bollocks, because that's not a foul. You either use fucking VAR, or you don't fucking use VAR.
Or they hit the wall.
Traore's built like a fucking NFL running back.
He is. He literally is.
Yeah.
I seen him try to say that he doesn't lift weights as well the other day.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, okay, mate.
Do you
ever see that Herschel Walker? He was an NFL player for years, and then like at 40, he decided he was going to try MMA, and he was giving interviews about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I just do 3,000 press-ups a day, and I have a bowl of soup."
Actually,
and you're like, "No, you don't."
Actually, now that I think about it, I've seen a Conor Cody teammates, and I think he said that Adama Traore doesn't do the gym, so he might not be trying shit.
Is the VAR in this, by the way?
Someone needs to, yeah, there is. Someone needs to test his piss if he's not doing weights then, because that ain't natural, homie.
Yeah.
Like the video, yeah. Like the video if you think that Adama Traore is chatting utter bollocks and he's in there just fucking deadlifting his balls off every day.
Would you take Adama Traore?
Yeah, I said it about 2 years ago, and everyone was like, "Ugh." I was like, well, I think he offers something fucking totally different. Impact sub-wise, he's a fucking
realistically,
tank.
if you think about it, he's probably on par level-wise, or maybe a little bit better. He's got a little bit more than Daniel James.
Well, he wouldn't get those. Daniel James gets mullered. You ain't doing that to Traore, are you?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine you've had an hour of Dan James running your legs off you. Now you're tired a little bit and maybe not quite on.
Or even just do an hour of Traore and then go, and you'd be just knackered.
But we can't criticise Daniel James though, because he was never meant to be a starter in it.
No,
really,
this is it.
He wasn't bought to be a starter.
No. Dan Brown says, I'd sell De Gea, give Henderson number 1. He's younger. We'll have him for 10 plus years. You could still technically have De Gea for 10 years, realistically.
Yeah,
if he follows like the Van der Sar route.
De Gea is actually mad young for how long?
Very
he's been about.
experienced.
People forget how good he. When
D. Saram says no swearing, Howson. Don't fucking tell me what to do, brother.
there's a lot of that which I'm sure we'll go into in other videos about people saying no swearing.
Lindelof's so tech, you know. Actually,
It's not going to happen, is it?
Oh, young. Nice bit of movement there from Greenwood to Chong. Why is he on the floor? What happened there?
That was a great set by Greenwood. The thing is,
Chong's first touch just isn't quite.
No, he was a bit more.
On,
what do you call it? He's a bit more reactionary.
Yeah.
Than like
that. Just if you have someone there that's got a quality first touch, you can get that at your feet and have a dig there. But he's just not quite. I'd
love some more first time balls. People do try and walk it into the net a little bit.
Yeah. Shoot early. Keepers hate it. That's what I mean. That's why Greenwood gets a lot of his goals.
He shoots very quick, doesn't he?
So the
Doesn't
ones,
need much
so many that gets especially the ones that go in front post, which he's done probably like 10 times.
I've been waiting for Van Persie to address the similarity.
He did, didn't he? Not seen that Instagram story.
Yeah, I think a couple more times of him being on BT when he plays, and I think you'll get it.
I don't think Van Persie's going to be speaking very highly of him.
Fuck.
Greenwood's
bodying people out here.
Hey, you know what's happening? I love seeing it with youngsters. He's getting to that stage now. He's going to get a bit more comfortable on the pitch, a little bit more confident. It makes all the difference as well.
Yeah.
You can be a living legend, mate.
United actually dominating possession 1,000% more than I thought that would happen here. Weirdly.
Well, we said at the start, both teams aren't possession teams.
No, they're not teams that want the ball. Great ball. That's what he's still got a bit.
Look, Brandon is actually level with the edge of the box now, which you don't get from Luke Shaw. Oh, that was a very Luke Shaw pass from him.
Luke Shaw pass in the case of it was kind of in the right place, but
It was that 45-degree angle back inside that.
The thing with Luke Shaw, he plays with
Valencia
no.
did for ages.
He plays with no urgency in it.
Yeah,
or
there's
heart.
no
That's-
heart.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like he's ever going to go past a player either. It
Just
doesn't
looks
like
unasked.
I don't think. Obviously, do people realise that he actually is a lot better than he shows? Well,
I'd hope so because he's fucking.
no, he
shite.
actually.
He look. He's looked shite. For
He's
the past-
actually. He's got to be a better player than he's showing.
You know, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but like when?
Didn't he get player of the season one season?
Last season.
Can we get rid of the toilet?
But
bowl?
he didn't deserve it last season. It was Pogba, objectively.
Yeah.
Scoring 16 goals and 10 assists or something like that.
So-
It was
Gave it a defense.
We want.
our worst
So
ever
where are we
defensive-
at then? If our reigning player of the season, people want extradited.
We're in the shit, mate, is where we are.
Well, yeah, we have been for a while.
I think we all knew that, though.
Oh, he nearly got that Pereira. Well done. See, there's bits about Pereira that's all right.
There's lots of bits about him, but like when he gets more than half a second on the ball and he's not full instinctual, his decision making's.
It's always. I think his first thought is, "Can I shoot here?"
Yeah.
Whenever he gets the ball, like
Do-
now,
do
I
you know
reckon
who
he's
it
gone.
reminds me of?
Cameron. Yeah.
And he shoot
And
Pereira.
to be fair,
How many shots did you have today, Cam? Not many. Yeah, no, that was a lie.
Oh, he played 5 minutes, 20 shots.
How many on target though, Ronaldo?
to be fair, I'm worse than that.
Oh, probably a lot. I've seen him bang a few.
So you stick one on target, like Jake spilled.
Scored, didn't we?
Do you know what? A few times he spilled them, actually. Right into an attacker's feet.
I've seen him do one ridiculous save though.
He did. He does have
it's-
an unbelievable wield, and he has one. You know, when he's like on the floor getting up, he's very good at blocking. That one he did in the five-a-side tournament with his knee, and you're like, how you've got that? I don't know.
He was lying on the floor.
Lying on the floor, and then a knee comes up or something, and he saves it, and you're
You know what
like,
they say about keepers? Don't they say every keeper's tapped?
you're not right. If
You've
you
met Jake though, haven't you? So
And I can see it now.
there's no
you saw the other guy we had come down as a keeper.
with
Yes,
With the red mohawk.
with the red hair,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right? I didn't get a chance to speak to him, but the fact
There's
he's got
no
red
way
hair,
you-
clearly a nutter
Nah,
as
he was a
well.
little bit weird.
There's no way you turn
But
up.
like he was
to-
all right.
Keeper.
He was a good
He
keeper.
was a good keeper.
He's a good keeper and
You
could
can tell
play
he
as well. He wasn't that
They're,
bad.
they're always characters, isn't it?
Like, there's no
Yeah,
keeper
you
turns
go
up.
turn up to football and you go, I'll do the guy that doesn't touch it with my feet.
Yeah.
Of course you will.
I want the gloves. No, yeah, keepers have never been quite right.
Look at Sergio Romero.
It's weird. The two keepers we had in America were both Geordies when I was there.
Who do you think?
Just
Who do you think?
absolute nutters.
Who do you think was the weirdest keeper in the Premier League? I think it's easy.
Go on.
It's got to be Pickford.
No, Pickford's not weird. He's just a lad from Sunderland that loves it.
No, he looks like a very strange man to me.
I reckon Edison's up there with being
Oh.
weird. I don't like. Yeah, I think Edison's probably a weird guy.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be weird to get neck tattoos.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, he's South American, isn't he? And they've all got a screw loose.
Romero.
Romero.
Romero's Argentina's number one, but for like 4 years, he's just been stone cold chilling on United's bench. He's played like 20 games. He doesn't give a fuck.
No.
They'd be like, how about go sign for a club so you're in form and you can play for your country? And he's like,
But you know what Argentina's like? Argentina are notorious for having like an absolute top level world class array of forwards or wingers, and then everything behind it's
And then
awful.
Martin Di Michaelis.
and Rolo.
It's actually crazy. you know, you can always know this is when you go on FIFA and you're Argentina.
Yeah, and
You've got like this
Aguero,
crazy
Messi,
front
Di
four,
Maria.
and then you look on the bench and you've got a crazy like, and then there's
But
nothing
you know
behind
what,
it.
They've had over the years, they've had some unbelievably good defenders.
Where have they?
Yeah.
Mascherano.
I think
No,
so.
he wasn't.
No, they've had some good defenders over the years. I mean, they're not exactly stacked at the minute, but they have had some. Zanetti was Argentina, wasn't
Yes.
Yeah.
he? You know, Ayala. You know, they've
Player.
had some fucking bangers over the years.
It's just that their attacking talent is crazy.
Montero, was he one?
Yeah. Greenwood.
What the fuck was that, blood?
I got blocked. But yeah.
Oh, there.
What is
Well,
it?
cheers,
What is
mates.
it with South Americans though? Why are they tapped? Is it their upbringing? It's got to be upbringing.
Anyone who listens to the Joe Rogan podcast will tell you it's toxoplasmosis.
From what favelas and that?
It's from cat shit. There's a high percentage of toxoplasmosis in Latin American countries. Actually, places where soccer's played. So Italy and Spain has got a lot of it, like Mediterranean and also South America.
Is that why they make that cat shit coffee thing?
No, I think that's totally.
So what are the side effects of whatever you're talking?
It makes women slags and men. Makes women more promiscuous and
Men angry.
Men. What's the word? Fucking risk taking. What's the word?
I bought that from Pereira. Then was
Where you just don't give a fuck.
Careless.
Yeah, careless is like risk taking and like
Carefree.
Yeah, which they reckon makes
unpredictable.
Yeah, unpredictable. Yeah. Google it. You're just sitting there going, "What are you talking about?" Google it.
Because I feel like every Brazilian's
mental.
He's mental or angry. Yeah. Then I grew up. They're probably 10 years old in favelas with straps.
Favelas are fucking wild. To be fair, like
Gabriel.
Chong's got 2-on-1. This is decision making here now because
he beat him and then turned back. He beat him and turned back.
But also, Greenwood's come out to help him instead of getting in the box.
Yeah, which is where you're the number 9 architect.
Yeah, mate.
That's why he's not ready to be the out and out 9 yet.
Oh.
It just fit like it fits the Van Persie. Like Van Persie came into Arsenal, was right. Not ready for being a 9. Played right wing.
That's the wait. Should we cut Pereira shots? Is that number 1 or 2 or?
I think that's the first I've seen. But look at that there. It was like, oh, there's not an immediate obvious ball on. Let's launch it. Ollie's sitting there like,
he's done it again. I've told him.
We look dangerous enough. I think we look more promising going forward than Wolves do. Wolves look really sloppy at all, actually.
Said it for weeks, man. Stop fucking letting him shoot. Just be like, hey, just do everything. Impulsive. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you. Impulsive.
They've rested a couple of midfielders today. Wolves.
That pass
made a massive.
Yeah, but that pass from
good movement.
That pass from Chong needed to be a bit more in front, though.
One matter on the edge of the box there. Can we not have a look at that?
VAR.
Any chance?
He's fucking hell.
Ashley Young 1v1 here. Gone. See you later.
Is that Neves?
No, it's Neto, I think that. Yeah.
Ashley Young's
on the floor and Neto gets a crossing. Brandon backstick.
Good touch.
Good problem.
Very good touch.
Lucky.
Not such a good pass, though.
Who did he pass it to? It don't matter.
Cam loves it.
He does.
Pereira thinks he's Gareth fucking Bale.
I don't know.
Yeah, Gareth Bale had that one season where every time he shot from outside of the box, it was just went top corner.
Yeah.
We are also dual streaming this to Facebook as well. So if you've not followed us on Facebook, then go follow us on Facebook as well. And we also have been putting the team news out on Periscope too, so you can get some
just
stuff
so that we're
Twitter,
everywhere.
yeah. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well. Actually, if anyone's into that sort of shit,
yeah.
We are on all of them.
If you think we should put stuff out that makes Cameron looks really stupid today,
let
us know in the comments and we'll just put them out there because it makes him look like a complete and utter donut, the first one. So,
Mata as a false 9. He does seem like he's getting in there a little bit when Greenwood vacates.
He's playing very high up Mata today, which, to be honest, isn't the worst thing because he's not exactly me tracking back, is he?
He is not.
1v1 Chong.
It ends up like
not
3
bad
around
pass.
him. That was a great pass.
Dan James.
Ooh.
He never looks like he's going to go past someone with a bit of skill.
No, he's a little.
He's like if he can push past it and go.
Or as my boys would say, basically just twerking his leg.
Look at the fucking size of him. Jesus Christ.
Great tackle from
he should be
Maguire.
fucking suiting up for the Jets. Fuck's sake. He's seen the legs on it.
Yeah. But the thing is, if he put on an NFL uniform and went out there, he'd probably look small.
Yeah,
because what do you reckon it is? Like 14 stone? Tops? 13, probably 13 and a half? Yeah, there's no one under 200, is there? Running backs at 225, 230.
At all heights.
Ridiculous.
what makes me laugh is because I do like American football. I'm not really just watching it. I just like if it's on, I'll watch it.
Well, you should watch it now. It's playoffs, isn't it? That's always better.
Oh yeah,
Is he hobbling?
Is
he hobbling?
Could be.
Why doesn't look like he's moving too?
But I like watching the drafts and stuff like that, and I watched a bit of college football. I got what was the Netflix series?
Last Chance U.
Yes. How good was that, man? That was so good.
Yeah, NFL coaching staff are serious as well, aren't they? A bit.
Mate, the college football and me, like football, like the amount of people they have to have.
It's insane.
52 players a squad.
My college added an American football team. So yeah, we need an extra room for 120 people because we have to ask for 2 teams.
Yeah.
For a first and second team, so we need space for 120 people.
Jesus.
You're like, what? What do you all do? They had to build new buildings for them and stuff. They had to build their own
It's pending.
You can have a cinema. You can have a weights room that's just for them because there's that fucking many of them.
Did I show you that one when I went to Northwestern last year?
The changing rooms and that.
This
NFL changing rooms, college changing rooms blow me away.
This was
man.
college, right? Mate, this is
Greenwood inside to Pereira.
That's
spread
a ping.
it. Oh,
That's a great first
Williams
touch.
takes
Unlucky.
it first touch.
Unlucky.
He's still on it.
Pen.
Oh, we're having a pen there or what, lads? He's just you can fuck off.
he's not saying anything. Nothing.
They're a bit off the pace, Wolves, at the moment.
I think we're miles behind on this.
Apart from Traore, just
Wait.
That'll be a foul. Of course that's a foul. That was identical, you fucking dick. How's he missed that, by the way? Brilliant fucking acceleration from him. That's a foul. He's impeded him. His fucking legs across him. That's a fucking foul.
Are they looking at it?
Oh, it's not conclusive,
They
isn't it?
They are looking at it. And they're saying no.
That's a lot of bollocks.
I don't know.
I'll say it once and I'll say it twice. If that was Mo Salah, pen. If that was Mane, pen. If that was Firmino,
I don't
pen.
think that's a pen, but worse than that's been given. And if it... I think they need
his foot was across his fucking shin, for fuck's
They
sake.
need to leave it to the referee on the pitch to make them decisions, I think. Because when it goes to someone else, like that's where people are comparing across games.
Yeah.
Because if a referee's consistent throughout the season, you can kind of say, okay, he doesn't give penalties like that. But when they go back to someone who's sat in the room, they need to go, well, do you know what? We gave that for them last week, a soft one like that. Same with handballs and stuff. We gave one like that. Then we have to give today. But if they let the referee on the decision say, look, we're not sure, you go and check it.
dangerous. Oh,
He got the ball first. I don't even think he touched the ball, mate. What are you on about?
This was the college one I went to. This is the
Fucking hell.
That's the indoor
Training pitch
on the second floor, that is. Because the first floor they couldn't see the lake out the window. And then that's the team meeting room. So you know you watch the classroom? Would this work?
That'd work for me, mate, yeah. Fucking
that's their team meeting room.
This is for amateur football, essentially.
but it's
They just spent 300.
I mean, these colleges got money just leaking out their asses, though.
They spent.
Is that not why?
They spent 300.
Yeah, but they're a pro team without they don't have to pay players, essentially.
They spent
they
300
ticket prices.
Northwestern's.
Yeah. So they spend the ticket prices on what?
They get ticket money, don't they?
Yeah.
You get ticket money, they do. Northwestern's weird because it's not only that, it's like a ridiculously high level.
No, he don't get the ball. That's Brandon Williams that touches the fucking ball, and he's impeded. That is as a fucking clear as day penalty, you dick.
They got the same boots on. That's where they're confused. Is Brandon Williams centre forward there?
But again, Brandon is in the box again,
and he's where he is now.
You don't see fucking Luke Shaw in there.
I think he's not quite got back yet.
Why is he left wing at the moment?
He does what he wants.
And
now Traore's up against Dan James.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is it? You sure?
I'm not sure.
Looks like it's cool for now.
Okay.
Dan James just done him.
No.
Yep, Dan James
He's
just done him again.
very well.
Yeah, no cross got in. Perfect. Yeah, McManaman apparently just said it's a pen. We can't quite hear the commentary here. So if McManaman said it's a pen, it probably was assault.
What did you? There's a few comments in there about the Ollie RBP thing. Yeah. What did you reckon to that? All that kind of stuff.
I thought it was weird. What was he on about with the medieval times? I didn't get that.
I don't know. I wasn't sure about all that.
Sounded like a man that's stressed to me.
Well, this job's clearly just turbo nuts for everybody.
Yeah, I think the one thing that you have to kind of think is that the other thing is everyone. The reason he got slagged off is because he's been too nice and saying nothing. When he shows a bit of bite there, because he has. I mean, he may have said the wrong thing and may have not quite thought about it completely all the way through. But at least he said, "Do you know what? You say what you want. I know what I'm doing."
Yeah.
Which I think he does need to do that a bit more. I'd say to the press rather than to.
Northwestern also has boosters that give the school loads of money.
Yeah, it's got a ridiculous academic program. Like their business school is like one of the hardest to get into in the country.
Is it one that charges you billions to get in?
It's ridiculous, whatever it is. But
also,
also,
like the Ivy League schools, like £100,000 a term.
They're not Ivy League, but they're near or there or thereabouts.
What colleges are Ivy League?
Harvard, Stanford, Yale.
And there's one in
what's it called now? Anyone in the comments know the other Ivy League one? Harvard,
Brown? Yale,
might be Brown. Yeah. Anyway, they're just ridiculous level of education. But Northwestern's.
That's just
what's crazy is that how good they are at sports, but also at like. What they do is they make sure they read out half-time of the football games, which a lot of them, they say like they bring in the football players and all they do is they coach them through a year and then fuck them all off straight away. They read out the GPAs of every single player.
MIT, it's 60. Is that 60 a term? Or a year? Probably a year.
Might be a year.
Fucking Christ.
But yeah, it's...
Flash one across the box from Younger. Stanford's
not.
Ivy League.
Not. Princeton. Stanford's Pac-12. Cornell is Ivy League.
I've got a lot of respect for how American colleges do sports. It's kind of fucked up on one hand, but I kind of respect the fucking hustle from them on the other hand. It's an absolute bollocks education. Just don't pretend that you're give them a GMVQ or something. Yeah,
there's different,
or an A level.
Well, that's the thing. That. If you're at certain ones, so like them ones that you listed there. They are keeping education dead eye. That's what when I went to Northwestern on a bit of a fucking scouting mission. That's what their sales pitch was. Look, we want to be as close as we can to these top schools, but also education is still fucking very good. Which, by the looks of things, it was. But
the footballers, the NFL footballers, not soccer players.
No,
they're not getting an education because them motherfuckers are training 6 hours a day, aren't they?
Well, this is the weird thing as well because you're not allowed to.
But they are.
You're not allowed. There's certain limits they can do on training every day and stuff like that. It is a bit crazy, and they've started to say things like they have to start paying them in some way, shape, or form. Especially when
I saw that was recent, last month.
Especially when they're doing things like making the
video games,
which looks like them, has the same number as them, but has a different name, does exactly what they do.
It was like
is that the NCA?
It's like when Pro Evo used to have Rave On, and Beckel, and stuff like that. Ruud van Nistel, Nickel,
which is just there's no point doing.
So you get that on mini clip or something. It was kind of...
Yeah, that's what it was like. But that's where it's crazy. But they've got the system bang on where. That's the goal, is to go to university and do it first.
Yeah, but
you're not getting into you're not going pro until you're 23 in any sport, or 21, 22.
Yeah.
Which is the way to kind of do it. You know, it keeps all this...
MLS teams have got their own academies as well, haven't they?
That's a bit funky. They've started to now. They're still sticking to the draft and stuff.
But they have... so they'll have... so you think like maybe in like 10 years' time, an MLS team's going to be made up of like genuine homegrown players that they've done in what we'll call like a European system. Local lads that came to them and started getting coached at 11 and 12 and eventually got through their youth
what
teams
they do quite
team.
What they do quite well at the minute is, like, my mate's the coach at Reading United, which is the third string to Philadelphia Union, and that league's, it's now USL2, was PDL, and what that is, it's a combination of pro players or college players in the summer, so it's a summer league.
Okay.
So they do it from the months of, I think they start training like April. They can start going and doing a bit of training, and then they finish it in August, September time. So what that means is that they go and play for them, but they're all still at college. So Aaron, who I've been talking about, he was at my uni at Kaiser, then he moved to Penn State. He's been Penn State for 3 years, but he's still been playing for Reading every summer. And then he's done a few training sessions with Bethlehem still, which is the second team to Philadelphia Union, and he's been training with the first team now and again.
Bethlehem, where Jesus from?
Bethlehem, yeah. So that's where it's kind of going, which I think is quite a good system in the way they do it. So there is some lads that'll do it, but then he's going to go to the draft.
Is he not offside then?
No, I think Maguire's.
That's funny though, because I had a couple of thingy offers, American uni offers. Just didn't end up fancying it in the end. Kind of.
Well, Loughborough's as close as you're going to get to
that's
American unis. That's what.
It's very American style. That's what everyone says, but I'm not sure how true that is.
It's as close as, from what I've chatted to people about, that's as close as you're going to get.
Because you was on a scholarship, weren't you? So like everyone going like, what do you know about this? Like you literally was on.
I went and played golf. Not to anywhere. I was in NAIA.
Yeah, but the fact that you get a fucking scholarship to play golf,
that's what I'm saying. That sums up America,
yeah,
innit?
So you get a bit of scholarship. I got
a
bit of scholarship to play golf, and you got educated. For me, it was like I was never going to make it pro golf, but I wanted to keep playing at a high standard. But I also wanted to get my degree, so I was like, well, let's fucking do this. This is ideal.
What an opportunity to travel and everything. And
it was mint. I loved it, and I'd love to have gone to like when I went a year ago to go and I went and did try and do a bit of recruiting for where I was at now. I went to all these other unis. I was like, I wish I'd have gone here to go and do it all again.
Great
like
tackle, Andreas Pereira.
The way they treat players at the top schools and stuff was just like...
It's full on professionals.
It's ridiculous.
Someone said athletes in the US are the guys who couldn't play basketball and football.
Yeah, but not forever. They always say this about MMA. They're getting the scraps of the athletes that can't play basketball or football.
The big thing in America right now is that it's pay to play. That's
it's hundreds a month
in kids like.
Because I know a coach at Dallas, and he's got I'm sure
Cowboys
kids coach.
Dallas Texans, I think they're called, the football team.
Okay,
go over there.
They've got. Are you ready for this? Right? Are you actually ready for this?
I'm ready.
50,000 kids. 50,000 kids. 50,000.
So they've got a town.
Yeah, of kids. So I think there's something like 15, 16 teams per age group. What the fuck?
There's loads. Yeah, loads of my mates are going and doing the coaching now with the kids, and it's weird. Like PSG and Bayern have got their own little academies of it, and these kids are paying $40 a training session just to go
it's
and
$125 a month.
Have someone with a Bayern logo on coaching who's never been outside of the US, and you're like, what are you doing, mate?
They don't know that though.
No,
so
exactly.
$125 a month, 50,000 kids. Do the maths, right? That's a lot of cash. Yeah. So, when people are like, the facilities in America are amazing. Yeah, no shit. Because they've got all of this cash. They've, the under-15s playing a stadium because they've got this cash. Like, they're literally, because it's paid to play.
I feel like
my kids are 7 and the local academy is $2,400 a year.
So that's $200 a month. So that's even more. I mean, this was 10 years ago, actually.
He said they're saying Houston Texans, not Dallas Texans.
Oh, sorry, Houston Texans.
I was going to say Dallas.
Yeah, Houston Texans. Sorry. It's fucking Texas.
Port Vale equaliser.
Yeah, it's all Texas.
City scored just for our time too. Well, I'm not pinning my hopes on Port Vale knocking City out of the FA Cup.
Cameron, my sister has to pay $2,500 for fees a year just start up for a local team in California. It's mad, isn't it?
And that's why. You were saying before as well, saying the players that make it in sports usually don't come from.
Look at Brandon bursting a gut.
But it's like that. It's like
don't come from. It's usually like the top players. All these stories about them not being from the best background and stuff, and then working up to get it.
How's that not a foul? How's that not a foul?
If you've got to pay $2,500 a month, it's not that. That's not the same. It's not the same demographic as what people are turning into Premier League players, is it?
Yeah,
200 a month per kid for the Barca Academy in Charlotte. What the fuck? 200 a month, innit? It's mad.
Yo.
People complain over here when it's a $5 a week.
Yeah. Well,
I think
we used to moan when it's 20 quid at the start of the year to get your kit. And you're like, what?
The thing is with the US, they're just desperate to run, like, you know what they are with their bit of, they've got like a superiority complex, so they want to be the best at everything. And that means sport as well. I think that's what
means throwing money on it.
Throwing so much money on it. Because it apparently it's burnt the US for a long, long time that they don't succeed ever in men's football.
Well, they don't
Soccer.
succeed in sports the world plays, and they call themselves world champions when they play their little sports that no one fucking plays.
It's like
I had a class with a base. It was a marketing class, and we were talking about like stereotypes in marketing. And there were a group of like 30 baseball players in this class, right? And this teacher said, "Look, you can say what you want in here, and what's a stereotype of Americans?" I said, "Well, you think you're the best at everything." And they're like, "What? What do you mean?" I said, "Well, you could at the World Championships, and it's for baseball, and there's only American teams in it." He went, "Yeah, but it's the best teams in the world, best players from the world." I said, "So is the Premier League, but we don't call it the World Premier League, do we? It's the Premier League. The World Cup is all the teams." No, you're not getting the point. I went, "All right, no, I think you are."
they're very defensive as well.
Very defensive.
Americans.
Dan says a rocket fell near the USA embassy in Iran. It's happening, boys.
Oh shit! Shit!
What?
Oh fucking hell!
What?
Do I have to go home and dig my fucking body armor out? Fuck's sake!
You got any spare helmets for near? I reckon we'll be all right.
I've got 2 helmets.
Hey, it's a real life film pending. Ex-vet. We get blown up.
It's half time.
There's a few survivors.
Can't fucking wait me and my bow and arrow.
You
fucking yes, lads.
He's ready for Walking Dead style coming out.
You're walking to me, man. Someone comes on the corner, you're like, bang, bang, bang. The people you're with like, wait, how do you learn to do that? And you're like, I was an ex-vet.
And
then everyone's looking at you like, no, you wasn't.
It's half time. It's half time.
It's half time. That was the quickest half.
We had a good
That
chat.
was the quickest half I've ever experienced.
Chat talking utter nonsense. Do we have any stats for half time, everybody?
Not as of
not
yet.
yet. Okay,
No.
we'll get you some stats in a sec.
United weren't that bad.
You two want to quickly review that? I'll send Dom my text.
So what do you reckon then? I don't think they weren't that bad. Not really created much, but to be honest, compared to how bad the Arsenal game was, and probably with a weaker team than what we put out against Arsenal, is that as good as you could probably hope for?
We've been a better team, but I don't know if that's more on the fact that Wolves have been absolutely awful. They've only bright spots been Traore. They've offered nothing else. They've been quite sloppy on the ball. They've been quite open, and we've not made. Wait, name one clear cut chance we've had though.
Penalty.
Brandon Williams is, I think.
That's it. Getting the penalty.
How pleased can we be, really?
Brandon
Williams has been good, man.
You can't be.
I don't know how he can be kept out of the side now, if I'm being honest.
Some of the Americans in the comments are going, "You guys nailed it" in terms of what we were saying. Well, yeah, I think we've all grown up. We do know the World Series was named after a newspaper, but I think that's changed in recent years because they call themselves the World Champions, and it's not about the newspaper.
They do it in
Champions of the World.
They do it in basketball though, in the NBA.
Yes, I saw that.
When they win it, they're like, "Oh, we're world champs." Da da da.
You're not.
How are you world champs?
Did you play?
It's only American.
Did you play the Manchester Titan basketball team? No, you didn't. So they couldn't enter. So it's not world champs.
And then the American, then the FIBA World Cup was recent, and USA were awful in it. And then everyone's like, panic attack. It's like they get reality checks and they don't like it. Apparently, the US have had a massive problem with the very recent rise, like over the last 15 years or so, of Jamaicans completely ruling sprints. Because apparently it used to be
college level or in
Olympic level, not every level, world level, and the US have just been constantly like trying to. Basically, there's quite a bit of rivalry between the US and Jamaica in terms of athletics and sprinting.
Yeah,
and it's because America are looking at Jamaica as which Jamaica's probably smaller than what their 25th biggest state.
It's probably how big is it? Is it the size of Hawaii?
It's crazy.
It's not big at all.
Something that's
not big at all, and they're producing year in year out world.
We got quite a lot of viewers from Jamaica. I got a lot of time for Jamaica as well. So I think they're called the Sharks, the Jamaican rugby league team. Like I follow them and keep checking up on them all the time because I can just see them just being a fucking team that would absolutely be fucking brilliant if they could get into it on the world level. And I think they're going to be in the World Cup, which is in England next year, 2021.
Jamaica.
I think I watched them in the sevens. I think they got into one of the sevens.
Oh, it's not even fair. You can't have a team full of sprinters in sevens. It's just cheating.
That's got to be
genetic.
That's genetic now.
For me, one bit of rugby I like to the sevens.
It's the same with like Dagestan and wrestling though, because it's a cultural thing in Jamaica. I can imagine there's more tracks than there is football pitches, for
There
example.
isn't that many tracks.
Isn't there?
They all. I remember going when I went in March, and my sister did a little bit of training over there. They said, "Oh yeah, she went to train with some of the quickest youngsters in the country at that time for a particular school." And they said, "Oh, come and train." We went to drive to wherever they're training. We stopped near some like massive, big, lumpy grassland, and like behind some people's houses, like these really like impoverished houses. And then my sister was like, "Oh, where's the track?" And they said, "Oh, like we train on here."
All right.
So they train on basically, when you go to the park and then you just find a bit of like grass or whatever, like that's big enough. And obviously, park grass is like really uneven, really lumpy.
Not great for sprinting.
Not great for sprinting on. That is what they train on.
But I think that's...
And I don't know if that's the reason why they're that good, or
I think that's a bit of what we were saying before
So they
about
go-
the football. Like, it's not the case that people are getting the best facilities and stuff at an early age that makes them the best. It's the fact that they're doing it all the time in the worst places. They're doing it on the street.
Look at
they're doing
have you ever seen where Raphael and Fabio grew up?
Yeah.
They had a local like five-a-side pitch surrounded by all these flats. It was concrete, but games was on there till midnight every night. And that's the proving ground. That's where you get your skills. That's where you have to learn to play against the bigger boys.
Yeah.
Here we go. Got some stats for you. 7 shots from Manchester United.
No,
A big fat fuck all on target. 5 from Wolves. Don't really remember most of those. The one on target, I'm assuming, was that unbelievable save from Sergio Romero. United dominating possession. We've still got to look to find a way through. I think our way through is going to be in the wide areas. Because I think we're actually putting something in on the right when both Chong and Greenwood nip over to the right-hand side. And I think coming down that left-hand side, not seen much of James because we can't get him behind him, but Brandon's been forcing stuff through and getting into the box.
I think Matt's been all right as well. I think he's not been... there's been a couple of times this season where he's just been... The game's passed him by. He's not got on the ball at all. I think there's been a couple of times I think he's sprayed the ball out a bit better, which is something we miss, especially when we play the likes of Lingard and even Pereira in that role. I don't think we quite get the quality of someone like Mata spreading things about. But I don't, like I said, with that midfield, if you'd have said we've got Mata, Matic and Pereira is going to be your 3 midfielders.
I think we all kind of...
We've not done that bad. We have controlled possession. We've created the odd chance here and there.
we've looked structurally a lot better than.
Yeah.
We do. We look quite safe, don't we?
We just can't defend at corners. And this is, like I said, for all the criticisms of Ollie and all this kind of stuff, that's probably my biggest thing right now. That's something that you just got to fix. It's so many times that people are getting. It's not just that we're not winning headers; it's the fact that we look unorganised. There's so many people getting There was no one anywhere near him there at the back post. How can we not? That's something we have to be sorting. Oh, Mick McCarthy's in the studio. Brilliant. Fucking Mick McCarthy's great.
Distinct voice.
It's shit to be bringing it up, VAR, but I've seen VAR given for a lot less than what we've just seen that on there. So
I don't know what they do with VAR, and I think because of how bad it's been, I think they just kind of have to leave it because everyone needs to.
McCarthy is looking like a grey.
I thought it was Sven when we first came.
It looks like it's like a grey Postman Pat or
grey Postman Pat.
Like when it goes back on him, you'll see. Or either he's looking like a slightly younger
Bond villain.
Albert Einstein.
Looks like a Bond villain, I think.
Bond.
Give us a like if you've just joined us for half time. I know there's a weird thing that happens that loads of people kind of jump in the mix at half time. And get your questions in for us as well, and we'll have a look at that. Mick saying that we can't break teams down. You what?
About absolutely anything.
Absolutely anything, yeah, because we treat these a bit like what you do at the match.
Which is
just talking about anything but the match.
Yeah.
Like Brandon kicks the ball, he kicks Brandon. That's a fucking penalty. How's the game gone? And do I know Marcus Blackburn? Do you know Marcus Blackburn? Some Jamaican coach?
Do you know Marcus Blackburn?
No. I don't know Marcus Blackburn.
I don't know.
And the game's
hang on. No. It's a guy called Andrew.
Thanks, mate.
Go on.
Yeah, go on, I'll have one more. Oh, they're softer than I thought they were.
Yeah, it's too hot in here, isn't it? Right then, World War III.
Could happen, couldn't it?
What? Do you want a cookie?
It's all right. Wait, are they gluten free?
Shut the fuck up, Ronaldo.
Are they vegan?
Is that popcorn? How many kernels of corn died to make your popcorn? Right, so yeah, World War III stuff. I may or may not have kept some body armor from Iraq, and I definitely kept. I got 2 helmets. I got 1 desert one. I got 1 green one. So I'm ready for every eventuality. And
Manchester into the desert.
oh, you never know.
You never know.
Oh, who does he coach though? Does he coach Shelly Ann?
Oh, is he a sprint coach?
Yeah. Like Kingston. Nah, but so does body armor worsen over time, or is it?
No, it's Kevlar.
I was gonna say, I'd shoot you.
Why would you do that? We're friends.
Where's the first?
No, to see, just no to like, for that in case.
Do you know how many fuckwits have got fucked up by like, let me hold this out while you shoot it to see if it works? It works.
Oh,
Mint.
so yeah, because I'm hearing. Have you seen that thing on GQ on YouTube where they get? Let me explain it. Where they get.
Just have a look at his face, by the way. Cameron, turn around, please.
Anyway,
Is he with you?
No, not with me. You forgetting you hired him. I said this about Joe this morning when you said, "Is he with you?"
now GQ is a thing where they get experts to comment on the realism of films in the aspect that their expertise. And have you seen it? You must have seen it.
I've seen some of them, yeah. Someone sent me the
Military one.
the SAS guy commentating on military films, yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with him apart from... There was a couple of things I disagree with him on, but yeah.
There's a super chat in there.
Cody says, can we talk about the ball playing of Young in the first half? He impressed me. You heard it. I'm not going to repeat it, so if you missed it, unlucky.
Impressed you?
He did.
It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. He did hoik one over the top that just went to absolutely no one. But he's...
Not repeating myself.
But you can clip that.
What was the one I watched? I watched one about wildlife yesterday.
Are you a documentary fan?
If it intrigues me, yeah.
Right.
But one of the funniest comments I saw on it, it was GQ. One of the funniest ones GQ said on one of the GQ videos. One of the comments someone put is, "Real life ghosts react to paranormal films."
No.
Just sitting there saying,
Or an alien. Let's get an alien to react to alien movies.
Yeah, alien movies. Tell us
we-
how
no, we
realistic.
don't- we don't fly like that.
Nah, we don't do that.
Some of us can mind fuck you like that, but no, it's not like universal.
There's a Kieran Taylor in the comments. He might be Irish. I'm not too sure. Oh my god, producer Cam looks like
No, he's
Lloyd
not
Christmas.
Irish.
What a bay.
Kieran Taylor's a League Two striker, isn't he?
That's the lad. Yeah. A proper Gary Gold.
Sorry. Why was he not at the trial today?
He's playing League 2.
Thoughts on the Iran stuff since you're ex-military? I'm going to be upping my bow practice in the garden over the next couple of weeks, just on the off chance. You never know.
You never know.
Yo, how can I stop eating crisps if I'm not eating crisps?
He's eating popcorn.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah, don't eat it like there though.
Because I reckon popcorn's up there with the
Popcorn,
worst.
probably the worst
As
thing.
he leans in.
Yo, check this. Send us a like, yeah, if you like ASMR.
No, because we had this with the. You missed the beans incident with Joe.
By the way, if you're a fan of Joe's one-man show, which if you're not, you're just wrong. He's got a new set on Monday. Oh, fuck off.
No, I thought you were producing it.
Me and Joe.
Isn't he getting another special guest? Isn't he getting a special guest from the radio on?
He's also agreed to come on one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think if I'm on it, we're going to shoot another intro.
By the way, I'm hoping the meeting we have on Tuesday goes well.
Yo, Steve,
For the sake of that show.
should I build a bunker?
I wouldn't be able to tell you about that. I don't know anything about bunkers.
Like a golf one. I'm sanding it.
Yeah.
Or like one with a roof.
Will I get trench foot?
Explain what you have in your bunker, maybe.
Go on. So. You go first.
What would I have in my bunker?
Yep.
Is that a serious question out there? Howson, do you like Williams?
Get the shirt.
Vegan burgers, microwaved. So I'd bring them.
Because they're going to last forever because there's fuck all in them. Organic.
Yep.
Water, important.
Heavy though. Not heavy on. Heavy though.
Heavy though. Paracetamol.
No good shot.
How's that funny?
Oh no, just the way that you've gone from
Vegan burgers, water, paracetamol. I think he's covered the three main groups.
Maybe some ibuprofen.
What about some amoxicillin?
Like in a bunker in a world war, you might have some incidents where you need to kill pain. I don't know. I'm just guessing, innit?
I've got a right headache.
I brought all that fucking
Someone
water.
shouting, "Oh, my leg's been blown off."
Got any ibuprofen?
Pass me the ibuprofen.
Kieran, you're right. We're not going to read it out, but you're right.
I think I would have. On a serious note,
Female photos.
what?
Female photos.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you need to preserve the testosterone.
Naked Andy Tate calendar says Aiden in the comments. He's been asking if you'll propose to him as well, so maybe get a room.
No.
United kicks off like now, I think. Just waiting for it to kick off. Jimenez has come on for that kid, so they're getting serious.
That's Raul.
Would you get baby wipes? No.
Baby wipes is a good move. If you're out in the field for a long time, nothing like freshening up your old fucking undercarriage. Serious, pal. No, serious. You got to keep it clean.
What tinned food would you have? Because you've got to go tins, haven't you?
You got to go beans, haven't you?
You got to go beans.
I won't go beans.
Simple carbs, mate. Just keep you alive.
I
Cam's
can't
dead,
deal
like,
with farting up in my bunker all the time, though. It'd have to be some tin tuna, innit?
How long does that last?
I think it does. Spam would last. Spam would last a while.
Would you take a TV, did you just say? To watch what?
It's war, mate.
Oh, you idiot.
Who's broadcasting? All right, so take your PS4. All right.
I reckon Joe will still do late night live. He's still coming. Yeah.
Someone's saying, speak about the match, you donuts. No. Don't want to.
How were them donuts you had before, by the way? Ronaldo. Because I didn't have donuts. Are they good?
So spherical, man.
Yeah, I definitely need to up the practice with the bow, I think. Fucking hurts your fingers.
What's that?
Joe Rogan never said that.
No.
There's a G. Wait, they've gone in. They're in.
Matic's tracking back.
Oh. See, that's the one I was watching. Science, fact check, natural disaster. I went on a binge of all of them. Educate myself.
Someone at the back's post already without someone anywhere near him.
Mint.
Look.
And they've just played a short corner. Because no
There's
one was
two at
out
the
for
back
it.
post. If they
Blown past him easily. Pulled it. Ooh. Hold it.
You see,
that's where a player should be. Why would you?
It looked like he was 30.
It looked like we just played it out to someone, didn't it? Fuck's sake. Yeah.
for me, I'd have Dan James stood on the halfway line.
Yeah.
Just standing there. Because I know he's not going to head the ball, is he?
You might want to watch the top one.
Oh.
Ball hunters.
Is that Cam Haynes? Or, yeah, that's Cam Haynes doing that.
Yeah, he knows his shit.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah, that's the point there. Obviously, GQ, millions of views, probably a lot of money. They get like the complete best person they can possibly get
Cam Haynes is ridiculous.
to talk about it.
I thought the geezer that they had for the military breakdown ones could have gone into more detail because he was talking about when I think they shown a grenade going off or something like that, and there's this big fireball.
Yeah.
It's just nothing like that.
Yeah, he said that on the SAS one, innit?
Yeah,
I was actually someone that thought it was a big flaming explosion.
No, there was a few rockets landed very, very close to me in Iraq and Afghanistan, and the it takes you because you've seen films, it takes you a second to process. That's a fucking rocket. That was a rocket. There was one landed 30, 40 feet from us. We're on the helicopter pan, where basically just all the helicopters are aligned. The alarm goes off. We're at the deck, and one just landed, 30, 40 feet from us. And it's just a shower of sparks. It just goes like that, just like red sparks. That's
Red
it.
sparks.
Oh,
Is it more sound?
I've seen this in the
more
comments.
Oh, it's loud. It's loud.
We have an issue with one of our favourite Argentinians.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Go on, Lee.
Lee Grant Reds. Let's have it, lads.
Lee Grant's like, this is the moment I've been waiting
That's
for.
interesting.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's just a shower of red sparks. So it takes you a minute to process what's happened because you've seen every film like Rambo where he fires a bow
He's
and
gonna
arrow.
come on in
And
trackers.
everyone flies in the air and that.
Yeah, it's just like it's nothing like that. Yeah.
So I remember, obviously, we saw the bear in the Russia kind of thing meme. So the wildlife one, he was saying,
We've missed a super chat.
You watch United Women opinion on them. I don't watch them.
I don't watch him either.
I don't watch them.
I think it's good that we've finally got a team. It's mad that it took us so long to actually do it.
My sister was at United 18s. She was there for a few years, from 15s to 18s. And when she finished at 18s, did 2 years with the 18s, she had to move to Oldham, play for Oldham Athletic because United didn't have one at the time. So it's probably 10 years ago.
I don't. Yeah, it was too long for us. It was like we waited until women's football got to the point that they thought we could make money out of it, and then we did it.
They were winning like trebles and stuff.
Yeah.
I only went and watched her 2 or 3 times. I went and watched them once because they'd won a treble, local treble, and they played Tottenham. And they played them at the Cliff. This is when they was under 16s, I think. They played them at the Cliff, and she was a right back, my sister, and which sounds mad to say, but like she was a full back. She started off as a right winger, they moved to full back, as always, as all full backs are. And they played against Spurs, and Spurs did the Southern League undefeated, I think. Oh, Dan James is on it? No. And they kicked off. They went down the right, bit of probing, nothing. Came along, past the back 4, up the left, nothing, into midfield a little bit, back to the defence, back to the keeper, played it out from defence again, down the right, nothing, down the left, nothing. And then my sister hit an overlap with someone, whipped a cross in, and one of the girls tapped it in at the back post. 1-0 United. And it had been about 3 or 4 minutes of United.
Good save.
Without Spurs touching the ball.
Romero.
It was 1-0. They literally didn't have one touch on the ball, and I was like, fucking hell. I think they ended up winning 6-1.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Women's football don't do it for me. Sorry.
No, I mean I watched a bit of the England Women's World Cup, and I don't know, it's not. I don't enjoy watching as much of the men's game, but people that watch it, fine. But
United should have always had a team.
we should have always had a team. Yeah,
There was no excuse to. There was Glazers that stopped it.
Yeah,
The Glazers stopped the team, and it was the Glazers that.
which is another crazy thing considering how good, like how big the American women's football is.
Yeah.
Like you'd think that they'd have pushed that a bit more, but
We are on the back foot in the second half.
yeah, we've not really got going. Have we?
The sub from Wolves has made a change that has put them.
Is it Jimenez that's
defensive,
come
I
on?
think.
Raul,
Yes.
yeah. Someone that can hold the ball. It's someone that's holding the ball up, so they can actually
Oh, fuck off.
play out a bit, can't they?
Yeah.
What do you make of that Connor Cody that plays for them, Scouse lad? Because
He was also in the 18s or the reserves when I
Foul,
was
is
there.
it? It's
Yeah.
not a foul.
He was at the 18s.
It's
at
contact, but it's not a
Liverpool.
foul. If that ends up being a fucking penalty, that's an absolute disgrace.
yeah, because Lindelof's not moved towards
No.
him at all.
Liverpool thought it was going to be the next Steven Gerrard.
Yeah,
Connor
they
Cody.
said because it was on Sky Sports for the week. You know,
But only interesting what I was going to say about the bears. Remember the wildlife guy saying that apparently grizzly bears and big brown bears they only eat humans if they're completely like starving, like out of extreme starvation.
Yeah, apart from the female ones.
No, he said the female ones will.
yeah, died there on popcorn.
No, he said that. No, apparently they'll kill you but not eat you. This wildlife expert.
Oh.
He said that the female are usually more aggressive. It's even within you. If you become anywhere within even a mile radius of their cubs, they want to kill you. And apparently, it's because these animals actually see humans as like fellow apex predators. So they think that if they didn't see you as a threat, then they probably wouldn't leave you alone. But apparently, they see you as a threat to animals. See you as a threat.
So
to
when
them
they
and
see
their kids.
deer and stuff and leave them alone, it's because they know deer ain't doing shit.
Yes. Whereas they think, I don't know what's made them evolve to think that humans are dangerous to them.
Because people shoot them.
Probably because they've seen, I don't know.
Killed them.
But 1 minute we can be prey, but it's also they see you as a fellow apex predator, which probably we are if you're being truthful about
we've
it.
got guns and stuff, but like, you go and you're not tackling a bear.
Oh God! No.
Have you seen the one of that? Have you seen that? You put it on Comment Club, I think. That guy kicking the bear in the arse.
Maddest thing I ever seen.
The
maddest thing I ever seen.
Wow! I don't know.
Exactly. So that's oh shit. So he that's an incident where the bears obviously mauled him, then left because he just didn't need to eat him.
Yeah, fucked him up though, didn't it?
Oh,
I think it was a Russian
fuck
guy.
him up. That's why. Why do you think that they say for brown bears you got to play dead? Because their first instinct isn't to eat you; it's to
Have
just
you seen
to
that,
fuck you up, innit?
Have you seen that video that Adam Greentree put on? The one where he's got the
He was
gun
stalking
out.
him.
So
Do you know what he said? Do you hear what he said as well?
the gun,
He had the wrong ammo in it, so his gun wouldn't have fired anyway.
Yeah, Ronaldo. So this guy goes out every year and does hunting in where is it? In middle of Ohio or something mad or
Is
somewhere.
it not Alaska?
Somewhere fucking.
What's his name?
Adam Greentree.
I thought it was like Steve Ronello, you know. Like.
Oh no, he's another thing in here.
Goes out and so he always takes a gun with him, but he just takes a pistol just in case something, because he's a bow hunter as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he
Usually.
just takes a pistol.
He takes a pistol
protection.
just in case.
Just in case he meets a fucking bear like this.
Yeah.
And then he sees this bear and it's followed him for fucking miles away.
Oh, it was a day. It was a full day. So he was uploading to his Instagram story like, "Fuck's sake, look at this!" And you can just see a bear like
and
50 meters from him, just looking at him.
He's got his phone here and he's got his gun like right behind it like this, and he's saying,
I don't want to shoot it. I don't want to shoot it.
If he comes any closer, I've got to do it. If he comes any closer, I've got to do it because this thing's gonna kill me. Anyway, the bear hears something in the woods and fucks off eventually. But then
the shit scared of sound, didn't it? Yeah.
But then he comes back later and says, "Someone gave me the gun and gave me the wrong ammo for it. So if I'd have shot that bear, it'd have just clicked. Nothing would have happened. There was no chance."
Did they purposely give
No.
No,
There's this
just a
copper had
mistake.
given the gun to use and then said, "Oh yeah, here's the ammo for it." And he's giving like the ammo for his new gun or something, and it's not the right
That's
one.
probably a good reason.
And he would have died.
He would have panicked. Oh wait, so you're telling me if he shot it and he just clicked, the bear would have charged him?
Well, he would have only
He'd
probably
only
pulled
done
the
it
trigger
if
he was
the
getting
bear
charged.
was going to charge. He was only ever going to
yeah.
do it if the bear was going to charge at him. But
Oh, that would be a movie like crazy where you're like, he's coming at him, and he's like,
look at that. I've got a
and then it clicks, and he's like, oh shit.
Do you know what you do then? You dive head first at the bear. I hope he just fucking takes your head off because you don't feel it.
This first.
You
So
run it
basically-
with your
Well
neck
done,
out like that. Do it
Or-
there.
Or
Juicy.
So don't do what Rojo would do.
240.
240.
Or that fucking crazy Russian arsehole that we saw. He's just walking behind the bear. He's
Boots
just
the bear in
walking
the
around
arse.
the woods like this, just chilling. He just kicks it in the arse.
And it stands there.
And the bear turns around and he's like,
I might joke to you.
"Did you just kick me in the arse?"
Because it pauses.
Now
for
you
a
got
sec,
it. Yeah,
and
because
then
he's
it's
like, "Now I'm going to fuck you up."
It's actually mad. It's actually mad how the
It's
bear
so
seemed
mad.
to like pause and think.
He did. He was like,
Have you just done that? Obviously, because a human's definitely never done that before. You know what I'm saying?
"Yo," when he was sitting around a bear campfire afterwards, like, "Yo, let me tell you what happened here today." And he was like, "Shut up, didn't
Nah,
I
never.
kick you in the ass?
They
That's
never do that.
never happened." Hashtag didn't happen to the Year Awards.
I feel like if Skaven
They
come up and
definitely
slapped
believe
you one day, just came up and slapped you, you kind of have to look at him and then go,
And then I'd eat him.
"Did
Like
you?"
that bear
And then you
did.
just fucking eat him.
The noise the bear makes shakes your bones, though,
Yeah,
doesn't it? 'Cause it
'cause
just goes, "No!"
Yeah,
You're like,
It's a noise that he's gonna. That's it.
That's universally known as the last noise you ever hear.
I think so. Because apparently he was saying, obviously, there's brown.
Right, Andreas, he's left it.
Matter.
One matter. Oh shit! What the fuck happened there?
I think that's close. That
I was closer.
The goalkeeper
Very
didn't even
close.
fucking
No.
move. He's
It's-
like, "That's oh shit!"
Oh,
nearly
well.
went in.
Keeper did smell it.
He sent the keeper the other way. Do you know what? That was an. Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
shit.
close. Couldn't have sat down behind a goal. What's all that about?
No, but he was saying like brown bears play
Well
dead.
done.
Black bears. Apparently, black bears got to do the opposite. You got to like scream and
Fight 'em.
appear big. Yeah. And then with
Oh, I don't know. I just think you freeze. I don't think you do it. You can try and be
And then-
brave and think you're going to do this. Like, I'll uppercut it. Watch.
You'd be
Like,
crying.
nah.
I'd
Then
be
if-
crying. I'd just be there crying.
then he said.
Crying out your teeth.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Then he said if a bear's white, there's not really an
The polar bears.
Polar bear.
Yeah, the polar bear. It's not really.
You're just dead.
That's
If
it.
polar bear sees you, you're like, oh, food, cool.
Yeah, mint.
There's no like.
Someone order takeaway.
Someone always seems to do.
But have you seen the anatomy of a bear? It's just like a fucking enormous dog. Just imagine, like, look at Diesel. Diesel weighs what? 2 stone, probably.
But isn't an enormous dog a werewolf or a wolf?
Yeah, but an even bigger dog.
Like a big
Diesel
fat
weighs
one.
right. So what? Diesel weighs probably £28, £30, something like that, right? These bears weigh £1,200.
Yeah.
It's a car.
And is it mad that
Imagine
we spoke?
Diesel like weighed a car size. Fuck.
That's
What the fuck?
See what I'm saying? We spoke about this though, like, and it's the fact that bears actually used to be bigger.
Yeah.
Apparently, they used to be twice as big.
Oh,
The short-nosed bear, innit? Remember
Yeah.
we mentioned it.
10 footers,
Yes.
10, 12
it's like,
footers,
imagine
14 feet.
here's
Yes.
one. Imagine if a cat was the same weight as us.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the other scary.
They're
thought.
known as tigers, and they eat people
That's a tiger, isn't it?
all day long.
What are we doing here?
Tigers have killed like 300 fucking thousand people.
Romero, what are you doing?
Yeah, this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Finger play was down, and American the ball out of play
For a corner.
for a quarter.
Not for a throw-in like normal people.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. Chonga's played pretty well, says King Gazy. He has, actually.
He's just...
Marcus warming up as well, 60 minutes, so that's not a bad little sub. Probably do James. I think James has been pretty ineffective in this
Yeah, he's
game
been
today because of the possession we've had.
I remember someone,
Cheers, lad.
an Arsenal fan on Twitter
Eddie.
called Daniel James a ready salted winger,
Okay.
Ready,
and I was very confused at that term.
Oh.
Arsenal fans, F you.
Polar bears weigh £1,200 and run 35 mile an hour.
Oh,
You
that's
can't
a
even run.
Scary.
You can't even
thought,
run.
innit?
You just run at it with your neck out.
And the thing is, if you're running where a polar bear is,
Yeah,
what are the chances you keeping your feet?
You're going to be cold.
You're gonna
out as
slip.
well. You're going to be
You're on
proper
ice.
Well,
cold.
not only that, you're also probably wearing 4 layers of trousers, a big fucking duffel coat. You ain't moving quick.
And you probably got your food
and I
in
think,
your back as well.
and apparently with these predators, when you do run, that's kind of what excites them as well.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah,
Like,
Oh, it's on!
yeah, yeah.
You're moving target. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like if you're walking through a bad neighbourhood and you start running, everyone's like on you. Like,
Yeah,
what's going on there?
what's going on?
Morty Smith. Is it me or has Young been generally better this season?
No, he's been good today, though.
No, but he's played less, so it seems like he's better.
He's not required to be
Less,
consistent.
less shit is a word.
Less shit. He's not had to play against teams that are good at football.
I thought Green would start the game yet and then kind of come out of it.
He's not even had a kick in the second half.
He started the game really well.
I don't
and
even
then-
know where he is.
Chong driving in.
Oh,
He's there?
that's it.
No, Greenwood's,
that's not him there.
Greenwood's
No,
well
He's there
out
on the
of
edge
the
of the
box.
box.
He played it through to Chong and then just kind of sat.
John Blakeman says you may as well dig in and hope he goes past. I don't know what
Dig
else
in?
you could do. Yeah, like try and dig a hole.
Dig a hole.
But
in
do you know what? They also have spades on their hands, so
Yeah.
they probably dig better than you. With your little
How's
fucking
digging
meat
in going to
paws.
help when they kind of like they can smell you from probably like 4 miles away?
Yeah.
They're just going to smell where you've dug and just probably dig.
Oh, Cody says my dad works in an oil field in Alaska, deals with polar bears nearly every day.
No.
Fuck that noise.
Because the thing is as well,
Nah.
everyone's going to, if you say, oh, I had to kill a polar bear, everyone go, oh, they're in danger, you can't do that. I was like, well, no, it was going to eat me.
They're
so-
endangered because the reason why they're that aggressive and scary is they're permanently hungry, innit? Because of the lack of food that they've got. So if they see humans, they're like happy days. It's crazy though, because another thing the wildlife expert said is that apparently films, movie, and the media create a really evil and negative depiction of snakes. Apparently, they're not as bad as they're presented
I don't like
to us
snakes.
all.
Wait, what? What? What for? He's had his hair slicked back. He wanted to get on TV.
It's like he's been to the gym as well.
What have we got on the camera there? What is that? Is that? How is that? What's he giving it? That's. Unless he's giving obstruction,
Yeah.
which I think we need to give more of, to be honest, because there's so many. This is what are you doing there, Pereira?
Yeah, he's not trying to play the ball, is he?
It's
No,
obstruction.
it's obstruction.
Keeping the ball.
Yeah, it's technically obstruction still.
Otherwise, Troy could go in the corner and do that for the full 90 minutes.
Harry says that. Timby says the polar bear population is doing fine despite common belief. Well, I haven't seen any around here for a bit. So
No. And it is cold.
Oh.
If you want to know how the game's going on, that's
yeah,
how good the game
that's
is.
how fucking good the game is. We're talking about bastard polar bears and trying to fucking scratch off some shit on a lens.
Back post.
Get out.
What the fuck was that?
Never looked like scoring there, though.
No. He just tries to take it down, go past him. What's this?
The real fucking issue in the animal kingdom is these fucking hippos, isn't it?
Should I order that nest now? Right, do you know what, right? You think Ronaldo comes out with some shit when we're on air? Oh, what did he say before?
I can't remember.
I just said, do you know Drake follows Jermaine Defoe?
Oh, God, yeah. No,
The thing is,
I didn't.
these are the things that are bang on. But no, and hippos, it's fine to talk about because we are talking about animals, but it's just the long pause of silence and you just go, hippos.
Everyone's like, we had a break-in on Christmas Eve. They didn't actually get him because Mitch from MMA Latest just fucking terrified him and they ran away.
You said he kicked him in the head. And
That happened.
Yeah,
That happened.
Is Mitch the one that wears shorts all year round?
No, that's James.
James.
Walked in the middle of December in shorts.
Yeah.
It was -2 outside.
It was. I had that fucking big duffel coat on, well cold, and he was like, "My legs just, my legs just don't get cold." I'm like, all right.
He said it's a sunny day for me in Preston. I'm like,
fucking
okay,
well
mate.
with you.
Hello, guys, and welcome.
Oh, he's box office in it. He's great. So I've been thinking about getting one of them Nest cameras, or actually 2 of them Nest cameras. And the Nest camera, if you get the subscription with it, it has a 30-day rolling. It records all audio and all video at all times. And obviously we vlog in here. When we're not doing lives, we vlog in here sometimes. But we miss so many absolute gold moments, don't
because a lot of the gold is just out of absolutely
it's
nowhere.
just, from nothing and no
Where
one's fucking
there'll be a quiet
fucking
moment,
about.
and then Cameron will ask, like, "Have you seen the back of your head today?" Like, don't really
Like,
care.
when him and fucking Joe was doing that marching band shit the other day, like if we'd have had that in full.
Also, if there's anyone from Manchester or even the Northwest, marching bands, anyone know any?
Wait,
Just never you mind why.
that and thousands of koalas being barbecued in OZ.
I'll tell you what, Australia is fucked.
That is
The whole place is on
scary, man.
fire at the minute.
Like the whole.
If any Australian fans are watching us, what you doing? Go put some fires out.
Mate,
Fucking
it's
crap.
scary.
Also,
outside.
Australians, why is the country just
global
a
warming.
continental death
Have
zone?
you seen where it is?
It's fucking hot.
The whole fucking country's on fire.
Why is there
entire
always
coast
something
just
wrong
fucked.
with Australia in terms of living
It's
and
'cause of
safety?
I think it's where it is.
If it's not,
and,
if
like,
it's
how
not
hot
the
it is.
climate,
But
it's the animals that live there.
Mate, we went in there winter and I got a tan.
Well, oh yeah, shit, it's December, so it's their
Summer
summer
now,
now, isn't it? But blazed over, but I'm trying to think like. I think it's just God's way of saying that Australia shouldn't exist.
Okay. So anyway,
it's the size of Belgium though. Them fires. Like
Yeah.
if
it's
it went,
insane.
if it was in Europe, it would take over all of Belgium, and you're like,
Someone
big
drawn
that.
a map of it over from like Sheffield, and it goes over to Wales. It's fucking insane.
because it's weird how like when they draw maps, how they get all the scales wrong.
Yeah,
Because they make Australia like fucking tiny.
it's enormous. Yeah.
One sec, another tissue break. We've got a code in it. It's January. Don't wear shorts though, but still got a code.
Josh, can't talk about dangerous animals without mentioning Australia. Everything is trying to kill you. Cue the footage of Howson and Adam being attacked by seagulls. Yeah, they came for us.
Mate, seagull. I don't like seagulls. I'm not like. I went up and played golf in Scotland this year, right? And in St Andrews now, Yeah, mate, I play golf. Got a golf t-shirt and everything. They have signs in the town like, do not feed the seagulls. Don't do it. Because I'm on the golf course, right? And I've just got to 9 holes and was a bit fucking hungry. So I went over and got myself sausage roll. And this guy, I come out with a sausage roll. This seagull fucking stalked me, right? For a good 5 minutes, right? He's hovering over me. So I put the sausage roll away. Then he noticed that I had a coffee in my hand. So as soon as I picked the sausage roll up and the coffee, I had nothing to fight him off with. And this cunt came straight in, grabbed me sausage roll off me. Yeah.
Mad for it.
Don't like it.
It's actually...
And the big buck as well.
The thing is, everything's trying to kill you there. That's the point I'm trying to make. Obviously, we see pigeons day in, day out. But then in Australia, a pigeon's probably venomous.
Also, for Joe's late live show, he's got a new set. It's not going to be anything.
Yeah, we have a seagull. In fact, give it us. Oh! You mime you, and I'll be the seagull.
So I have my sausage roll like this, right? You throw it out.
Nope.
What's up with the seagull's wings?
Don't break it. Don't break it.
He's a bit stiff, like.
So I had my sausage roll, and he was, and that was it. Straight at me.
So you're basically saying that you got outfoxed,
mate.
by a seagull.
This thing, because you're saying it flies all right. That. No, but you think a seagull's that big? It was this big, like that big, and the nose was about that big.
So you were shit scared of it.
You're right. I was.
Wait, Rashford?
Off the bar!
Okay, no.
We've gone seagulls to off the bar. I see it flying. Joe's going to be devastated, by the way, that the seagull has made an appearance already. But
that reminds me, more animal YouTube facts. Apparently, think swans are very, very dangerous. Apparently,
they're horrible bastards.
Yeah.
A swan.
I thought you were going to throw it.
Angelic swan.
Because I reckon.
What?
It's got a pointy fucking... Look on there, that's him throwing the seagull at my face.
That shows me that you've been scarred for life by a
Mate,
seagull.
that seagull did not enjoy it. Most of the fact I lost my sausage roll as well, which was devastating. It was like a couple of quid because it was on a... You're out on the golf course, there's not many other options for food, so you either eat or you... It's like when you're on a plane. They can put the price up. You're not going to go to the other shop here. Yeah, exactly. You've not got many choices.
Coming on for them Wolves.
A seagull. Someone said a seagull walks into a bar. Wonder what they order.
Seagulls do have noses. You're right.
Well, it's big, but
it's a beak, but you can call it a nose.
If you must.
You can call a nose a beak, but can you call a beak a nose?
Mason's struggled getting into this game.
Fred's come off, by the way. Why?
I think we're trying to push for the win for the last 20. While the game's in the balance, I think he's like...
Who did he take off?
Because you know what would be a fucking nightmare?
That's what matter off.
The replay.
Can't be asked for a replay.
They still do them. I thought they were scrapping them.
It's a stupid thing, isn't it? It's only good for like the lower teams that have a big team at home and then they draw. And then
someone's asking what handicap you play off. It's a 1 in it.
Yeah.
Handicap?
Yeah, that's pretty good, that.
Yeah.
What would I play off?
40.
We'll talk about you afterwards.
We'll talk about your handicap later.
Oh, Greenwood.
Whoa, that's a yellow.
Wait, what I want to say about that is, couldn't Chong stay on his feet there?
Yes, probably. It's gone from here,
Swans are... I can't even read that. I accidentally killed him.
Oh my God, no, he couldn't have stayed on his feet there.
No.
He's absolutely fucking cleaned him out. Well, he's called Killman. He nearly killed him.
Kill a man.
What is he saying?
Swans are not... What?
He fucking mullered him.
What's Liam Jones said there? I can't read that any...
Swans are aggressive.
Oh, my eyesight's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, he doesn't try and pull his legs away. What you on about, for fuck's
Steve
sake?
McManaman, man. I don't get how he's...
See, that's how you know that was definitely a penalty before. If Steve McManaman thinks that was a penalty and he thought he'd try to pull his fucking legs away there. What a load of utter bollocks. Looks like
Have we
Gomez
got-
might be coming on for him because he's fucked here.
It didn't look like that bad a tackle though. Is he on his knee though? It looked like a bad tackle, but it just looked like it clipped him rather than he.
To leave Chong.
Is he crying?
He's not a warrior like you, innit, Cam?
What's your worst injury?
Go on.
What,
Touch
Cam's
wood.
just asked us what's our worst injury. Right?
Touch wood, I've never had a bad injury. I don't know if that's luck, durability, or I didn't play hard.
I broke quite a few bones, but never like a proper. I mean, I've done both my arms, my ankle, my thumb, both my thumbs, loads of times playing rugby. Yeah, my jaw. My ankle still hurts now. My ankle's probably was the worst one because it's still fucked now, and it was 11 years ago. I never did like the tib and fib or the femur. They're game changers. Them. They are fucking game changers. If you break one of
Touch
them
wood, I've
boys.
never broke a bone either. It's weird because my uncle's got the same as Adam's got. Well, uncle had the same as my two cousins had the same that Adam's got. You know, with the brittle bones and stuff, which is just like it's mad.
Bless me, but I've never. Jeez. Giving everyone in here, but anyway, I've never broken a bone. Touch wood.
Oh, Matic has kept it in. Put it back in the mix, so Wolves have cleared it.
Would you just let them concede and fuck off the replay?
I'd be
Like,
tempted
it's
to, but I
like-
can't be asked with the negativity
I
online.
know.
World War III draft.
Yeah, would you be? I don't. Am I wondering? Am I exempt or am I the first one they call? I don't know what the script is.
Probably have you ever claimed PTSD?
Yeah, I had to see a shrink for a bit,
Yeah, probably you're exempt.
You might get exempt.
but I know I carried on serving.
and you would
after.
have to
They didn't. I wasn't
I'd
like.
have to go.
Me and
I
you
wasn't
would have to go,
discharged
mate.
for it.
I'm ready anyway.
Oh yeah.
I
said
think
that.
the whole PTSD thing, it's dealt with within the ranks. Like they're aware
Wow.
people are gonna have to speak to
Jeez. Rabona on
Mate, what's he trying that
burst
for?
on Rabona from Raul.
He's a decent footballer. He's not bad, is he?
What is he doing, mate? I don't even know what he's doing. I mean, he's just reboned it to nobody.
It's like Rojo when he had that game against Alkmaar. Or against was it Alkmaar or there was one we went to?
Yeah, Kazakhstan, FC or whatever it is.
Astana, and he just was like, I'm going to rebone this from 30 yards. Fuck it, why not?
He was alright that game, you know.
Young's just been twisted up there by a pass.
Oh
And
shit,
then by a man.
Yes, it was coming. 1-0,
Oh,
1-0 Wolves.
Fuck's sake.
Hold.
Wait, possible
Hold the
handball?
door, Hold it.
Oh, they have got VAR today.
Yeah,
Oh, they already ruled it out?
that's pretty quick, that.
Did he slap it in?
Oh, it's hit his arm.
Oh, he's fucked it there.
That's pretty unfortunate because
It's going in whether it's his arm or not.
his arm's in the natural position to jump.
Well, this is it now, is that if
it just hits your arm.
If it's your arm in
Fair
the
play.
process of a goal, i.e. like when your centre half picks it up in the middle and it bounces off his arm and then he pings a ball and then they score, Van Dijk. That's it.
15 million acres currently on fire in Australia. An acre's about the size of a
So
football
wait,
pitch.
is it just the sun that's set everything on fire?
I don't know what it is. I actually don't
know.
know enough about it, to be honest.
Because they get quite a few bushfires for them to not work out how to deal with it. innit? Or is that?
I think it's
is
just
that
the scale.
Is that inconsiderate?
The problem is it's just the scale of it, and like it's because it's dead dry and it's windy and all that kind of stuff, so it's spreading the fire and all that.
So what animals is it killing? The koala bear.
Koalas.
Koalas,
The kangaroos are all just been bouncing
everything.
here all
Hey.
week.
Oh no! Oh no! That's us.
What you doing?
Cam.
Cam, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Spazzing
Have
out.
you?
What are you
Did you put that on Twitter?
Fuck's sake.
Joe is going to be gutted, by the way, that the seagulls made it on the stream.
Why? Because he wanted to be the first.
Yeah, we won't reveal what the seagull is.
What's It's relevance.
is what is relevance and what it's going to do.
Relevance is.
I don't think it's very relevant, but Joe's going to try and make it relevant. There's also just when he were you here when he came back the other day?
He posted that.
Try. Ooh. Turn. Box. Matt Doherty again. They're trying to get half a yard. Stand him up, Williams. Well, he's
done it there.
He's gone back.
500 million mammals, reptiles, and birds have died in the fires.
Jesus.
Check this though. How do they know them statistics? Don't understand. Have they got them on that thing? What's that thing when you count? Begins with a C. When you count population.
Calculator. Census.
The census.
Census.
They've got a census for the animals apparently. You'll have to line up and sign up at the start of the year. Confirm residence.
Why is Brandon's just trying to elbow him then?
Probably.
I mean, he did. He really did. I don't know if he's seen his ass over something. Look at that fucking jockey and then no.
Oh no.
Do him.
No.
Do him.
I think it's literally impossible to stay like.
If Traore gets a little bit of momentum going,
there's no chance.
You can't stop him.
He's got to have the quickest.
You've got to foul him.
He's got to have the quickest 5 yards.
And even if you
I've
foul
ever
him,
seen.
I reckon he could just palm you off.
For one, why have they got 500 million reptiles and mammals in what did you say, 15,000 acres?
499 are insects, apparently.
So how did you know that? They know the insects too.
Count.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably more than that.
It's an estimate, isn't it? It's an
Yeah, they
estimate
take
of
what they do is they take
do.
like a mile or something
know
like that,
what's
and they
roughly
count.
in each area.
Oh, yeah,
They
they
count
do-
a mile
they do-
and they
they-
times it by
yeah.
that, and then they have a calculation.
Because
I
they're
did
meant to
GCSE.
roughly know.
I
a
did
little-
GCSE
Oh yeah,
geography.
shit. They're meant to roughly know the amount of animals in a certain place, aren't they? Roughly.
We're sat back
What?
a lot.
Okay, here's a question: what animals or insects do you think would survive these bushfires?
Cockroaches.
Cockroaches,
No, they should
ants,
burn.
ants probably.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think they'll go. So anything that can
Ooh.
go.
That's a
Whoa,
post.
Fuck.
Here they hit a bar there.
Chong done well. Get to that, Fred. Get to that.
Anything
Get to
that can
that.
dig, maybe. If you can dig, you can get away from the fire, can't you? I don't think the fire.
Will they be clever enough to dig? Animals usually have good
Seem right,
survival
they're pretty
instincts,
good with
don't
this
they?
kind of stuff.
Huh?
That's how they survived in the first place. I reckon like crocodiles would be pretty good underwater.
2,000 houses burnt down, and it's just getting bigger. A third of all the koalas have died in New South Wales. Wow. One of the big fires was allegedly caused by 2 schoolgirls. Oh, those bitches are fucked.
Imagine that. Imagine if you're watching that on the news now going,
What happened?
Like, it was only bants.
One of the big.
I was making a TikTok. Oh, well, here. You killed 4 billion koalas now.
Oh,
Koalas are too cute, aren't they?
So 2 schoolgirls thought it was
The
funny
low-
to like set something alight, and then it just.
Yeah, not a good idea in a dry country like that.
Koalas do have chlamydia. Someone
Well,
said
I'm
that.
not banging them. I'm a pervert.
Do you think these koalas?
Sean Phillips,
do you
we
think
need to
koalas
get-
will like respawn as like
What?
Respawn?
no like not obviously like evolve, but respawn like flame proof in like future generations? No.
Mate, how are you sober and talking this much shit?
I think
What did you buy from Morrison's? Fuck me.
there's been weirder adaptations than that in Animal Kingdom.
I've had one of them. Can't blame them. What do you reckon? So we put these cameras up. How many hours worth of a podcast could we do about like talking waffle?
Don't know if you ever follow my 24-hour charity podcast.
No, but I know that. But that was unexpected. That's people trying to do stuff when we're not thinking. How many hours do you reckon a week could pump out of just?
I could if I didn't have other shit to do and other things that I have to present for and kids. I don't know how Joe Rogan does it. I don't know how Joe Rogan pumps out those 3.5-hour podcasts the way he does. It's insane.
Well,
I guess his wife don't work, does she? So
no,
no,
and that
I
is
don't
that
really
is
know
his
wife.
job.
Yeah.
In the day, that is his job.
I mean, this is
and
my
lucky.
job, so
Yeah, but you then have to go. You can't then. Your income doesn't come at 9 o'clock at night where you're going to go and stand on stage and fuck about and
No,
tell
I go
jokes.
home and fucking spend
sort
time with my
baby.
family. So,
Wait,
like,
really?
oh,
Rashford
go on, Marcus.
Right, got a
He
touch
gets
for
the
that.
ball, does it?
Got a touch for that.
Hold on. Are we having a look?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think we are. No.
No.
He's doing. I say he does at least 1 3-hour a day,
Yeah.
and I'd say on some days he probably does a couple, and he probably goes to the
That's not
store
bad.
3-4 times a week. I guess like a match day for us takes out a good 8 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a full 8 hour day, a match day. So, you remove those. That's our comedy store nights, I guess,
Yeah.
or whatever. I mean, it's a full 8 hour day in here every day. Not live for all of those 8 hours the way he is, but we also have other stuff that we have to do, don't we? So, I could do if everything was that. I was happy days.
The other thing as well is he's not got to worry about any kind of income now at all. He's just like, and he can just go, he can just text someone and go, do you want to come on my podcast? Elon Musk. Oh, yeah. Fucking great, yeah.
Ben says, so why was Howson in a war zone earlier? I was in the army 7 years, mate.
In the army, getting shouted at. That's all it seems like.
Only for a bit. Then you get to do the shouting.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I've seen in the cheeky videos. Apparently,
There is VR in this game.
new recruits during the time they get bullied.
Someone in there saying
Yeah.
Williams and Greenwood, the only positives. Harry Maguire has been fucking very
Greenwood
I
had
don't think Greenwood's been
Gr-
that
no,
bright.
I don't think
Greenwood had a very, very bright
Harry
first
Maguire
30 minutes,
has
and
been
after that,
quality
nice.
today.
Yeah, Alan Maguire's done great.
Like Brandon Williams has done well, but anytime anyone's got anywhere near going past him, Harry Maguire's there, picks it up, steps out and plays a decent ball. People think that you've got to be making last-ditch tackles and clattering
No,
people and
he's
stuff
been-
to be an
he's been solid.
unbelievable centre half. It's the games like this where he's not doing that he's played his best.
You love a 0-0 on a Saturday evening. don't you?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
isn't it?
like the video if you fucked off with not scoring goals regular.
We don't need a replay.
Go on.
Young's the wrong side of
He's
him
going to
there.
foul him.
He was always the wrong side of him there.
Cam, grab us a Red Bull, please. In fact, actually, no, do me one of those tall glasses of Coke, please.
I see why you don't get a blood test. Some interesting revelations.
You don't
in
need
yours, I
to.
reckon.
It'd be go like, yeah. 50%,
Well, you're gonna be like,
50% Red Bull.
Bro, you're perfect. And be like, oh no.
You got Tory.
You never know. They might-
I can't get a blood test because you're here every week getting yours.
Harry Maguire should be quality against Wolves' second team.
I
What?
think we've got more changes to our first team than they have,
Yeah.
for starters.
and right now they're front
Adam,
three
and
includes
also
two of their
people were going now. Adam Traore is the best thing since fucking sliced bread 5 minutes ago.
Was there any racism in the army? Yes, there was. More than I was fucking happy with. I mean, that sounds really bad, doesn't it, actually?
Is
More
it-
than I expected there to be,
Yeah.
to be honest. Because I think you expect probably a certain element of it because you've got such a wide cross-section of society coming in there.
Yeah,
And you know racism exists in society. But there was times when it was like...
Mate, what are you doing?
It was just inexplicable. You just like... Especially against Asian people. I mean, I don't know if that was because of the wars
I
that we
think
were
that's
fighting
because
at
of
the
the war,
time.
yeah.
But like, I grew up with Asian people. You know, I'm from Manchester. There's every fucking
Manchester's
flavour of
diverse as they
people.
come in.
Yeah. So I'm
Do the
like,
sensible thing. What are you
I'm
doing?
like, you don't know any Asian people, mate. You wouldn't fucking speak like this if you did.
Mate,
I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
People just don't know people.
no.
Wait a second. That's Red Bull.
No, that's Coke.
No, I changed my mind. I said, actually, don't give me a glass of Coke, actually.
Okay. But it's an interesting one. Is it true that
Clue.
when you've got a wife back home and the sergeants they'll tell you Leroy's bagging your wife?
What? Yeah. It's just like in here. The way everyone speaks in here.
Oh.
Like if he started going on about his bird, I'm like, where is she tonight? But it's obviously gets...
But
Well,
in the
that's not
army,
good.
is it?
Well, yeah, because you're away for 6 months, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Will's
yeah.
Facebook official.
He's not happy about that. He is not happy. Did she do that without telling you? I definitely popped up in your notification. You were like, oh, no.
Yeah, we have come a long way from Smallins Jones being a centre-back partnership.
We've definitely levelled up
People
with these two,
saying-
haven't we? Not perfect, but they've levelled up.
Lindelof just still looks to me like a CDM playing centre-back.
I don't know.
He's good on the ball, but he's a bit flimsy sometimes.
I don't think he's good enough to play in midfield.
Basically, put it this way, how we talk about type of players and where they're playing. How good would Lindelof be in League One?
Dreadful. He'd lose every header.
There you go.
I imagine Akin Fenwer next to him. He struggles with anyone over 6 foot.
Mad though. Didn't I tell you about when I watched Huddersfield Leeds the other day in the Championship? It was like the fastest game I've ever seen.
You've seen Kieran's comment. Sorry to hear that, Kieran.
Is it because you got shit patter and you pretend you're Irish? Is that why? See, Maguire again, just doing just really good basics.
Yeah.
It's not spectacular, but he's doing good.
Yeah. And there's
Yeah, there are people saying we'd get Smalling back.
it's mad.
Because Smalling's
It's
almost like
absolute-
got match of the day sort of defending going on, hasn't he? Because he is out of position, but he's not good.
Yeah.
People
I
in the
think-
comments saying there's 6 minutes injury time. What the fuck?
Come on, Fred. Oh, no. The thing with Smalling was he had that one season where everyone thought he was the best.
Playing alongside Blind.
Blind made him look ridiculously good. He did all the football for him. Like it was just you go and win that header there, and when you miss it, I'll be stood behind you and I'll get the ball for you.
Hang on. We had no shots on target in 9 minutes.
We hit the bar.
Fuck's sake. Anyway, you got to buy some midfielders, our kid.
Yep. Yeah, we need some midfielders, don't we?
That's not good enough, man. It's alright.
We have to get midfield. You have to get someone in.
What did we have in the first half? So we had 7 shots in the first half. We only had 3 this half.
Yeah.
United playing for a draw here. We're not playing for a draw.
No. Do you honestly think we need more games with this fucking thin ass squad?
Anyway, we should have thrown it. In the semi-final of the League Cup.
Honestly, I wouldn't.
It's better than the celebratory Audi Cup that Tottenham won.
You missed that there.
What?
Nothing.
I heard it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
What, you farted?
No.
Oh.
Bring Tom Cleverley back. He was all right.
Tom Cleverley.
He got a lot of unwarranted
Yeah, the
abuse as
season
well.
had been really good.
Mate, at the start of that 11-12 season,
Him and
him and
Anderson.
Anderson,
Oh, yeah.
he was part of the 8-2 team that beat Arsenal.
Yep.
And they were
And Ashley Young.
quality. Ashley Young left wing, Nani on the right,
Welbeck and
Welbeck and Rooney. That was the future. That was Fergie's new
players in that squad?
Only
Oh,
Van Persie and Wilshere and people like that.
Walcott.
Wilshere, world class.
Bullied Barcelona, apparently.
Oh, yeah, Thingy was in the team and he's world class.
Rashford, where you going there, mate?
Ramsey.
That's a
Yeah,
foul.
was he?
I
That's
think
a foul.
Ramsey is actually better than a lot of
How
people
is that
think.
not a foul?
This is shocking refereeing.
How is that not a foul?
Oh, no. Set him up.
Oh.
Fucking hell. I thought he put that in his own net then.
Yo.
Especially after someone just said Lindelof man the match. And you guys give him stick. And we
No,
don't
I
give-
didn't
we don't
talk
give him
about this
stick.
game. We're talking
Just
about
like
in general.
he's
He's played
not-
well.
United paid, is that right? 332 million a year in wages. That's sickening, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sickening.
Saying that the highest earner is currently in, well, I think he's in Chile right now.
But then
or
they'll
something.
make that comparative to how much United generate.
Doesn't matter, though, does it? Because
doesn't
it's
matter.
still outrageous. Do you know when it comes to spending on transfers and stuff like that, there is no correlation between how much you spend on transfers and where you finish in the league. But do you know what there is, or I would say fucking was a correlation to?
How much you spend
How much
on
you
weight.
spend on wages. Usually, the team that spends the most on wages wins the
I
league.
think Liverpool are going to break that this year. Don't
Yeah,
they?
and I think that's gone topsy-turvy when Leicester won it, to be honest. But
But I think also
there's a general correlation.
Liverpool in the next few years will either have to be in the top three because
Liverpool have-
sooner rather than later, Mane and Salah are going to go.
Liverpool
Why-
have
why are you
always
giving
been
us
quite
200
money.
grand?
Salah's numbers have continually dropped though since that season. That's why I'm worried that they've identified Sancho as the evolution of him longer term, and they might dovetail him in for a season and then ship him off somewhere on big dough somewhere.
The thing is with Salah is that he had that crazy season, and obviously following season,
He's just riding on confidence at the minute as well. Now I think he's.
I mean, he still had a
player.
good season.
He's a good
Totally, I
player.
think it was, wasn't it?
He still has a good season, but like everyone's going to compare it to that one.
Polar Bear man of the match.
Polar bears.
Inferno says shout out Soconomics. Yes, I kid. I've given away so many of them books. Like I should definitely have a shout out in the back page of that book now. I think. I literally bought dozens of them and just had them, and whenever I would waffle on about it to someone, I'd give them one. Give Chris Sutton one.
The issue with Sancho is, would Sancho prefer to play on the left as well? Is he in a war like that? I think he is.
Maybe.
He plays on
But
the right for
plays on the right for Dortmund.
Yeah.
If he wants to play on the right at Liverpool, he'd get goals, wouldn't he? Maguire, he's up. Back stick, Delo.
Delot.
He's in.
And
You
good
said
clearance,
the
lad.
It's in the
correlation
fucking
between
stand.
Wages and success.
That's the thing there is a correlation to.
Because obviously he seems like Jadon will go wherever offers him most. Got to set yourself up for life, I guess.
I mean, I think anyone who's an international player that plays in the Premier League now, not going to struggle for the rent. I mean, academy players are earning 150 grand a year, just straight in the academy. As soon as they hit that first team, that just goes out the fucking window.
And they get rid-
Well,
I was told that apparently majority of Premier League footballers can live off bonuses alone rather than their wages.
Well, here's one for you. Do you know what the top 1% earning
Their
a
bonuses,
year
yeah.
is in America? So if you're the top 1% earner a year, how much are you earning? Top 1%.
The top 1%.
million a year.
The top 1%.
Top one.
Million a year.
I would say, probably in a million.
400 grand.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is, so you've got to think most Premier League footballers
Are
are in the 1%ers
Yeah.
of.
If not all.
Agreed
All
with-
first team Premier League footballers probably are in that. I think the top 10 is about 90 grand a year, I think.
Which is just crazy.
Top 10
People think it's millions and millions. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's not.
So when these lads.
And that's massively skewed by people like who own fucking
Yeah.
banks and shit. Is that it? Is that replay time?
I think it's replay time.
Fuck's sake, man.
Yeah, 'cause you can probably live comfortably for the rest of like 30 grand a year. Depending on kids, I guess.
Oh, right, there we go. Full time.
Yeah.
That was Gash.
It was.
These lads are going to be back on here in a second.
Gash and not the good
reviewing it. I'm going to be on mine reviewing it. So come and join us for both of those. Make sure to subscribe if you're with us. We've got some other content coming out tonight and tomorrow. And of course,
Got all sorts.
the return of Joe's show Monday night. Don't miss out any of those. We'll see you in the next one. Laters.
In a bit.